Chapter 19. Zhouwen was good to him, and the two of them had a good relationship. Now that he was in trouble, he naturally had to help. If he was still in the late stage of the star energy realm, he would only inform Ji Xiling. But now, he was at the peak of the star energy realm and could beat up two early-stage nebula seniors. They could only last for 6 hours. He didn't have time to waste. Ji Xiling was stronger than him and would catch up soon. He arrived at the city gate. Other than the gate made of alloy steel, there was also a layer of golden light protecting it. Two men in armor, wielding long swords, stood straight there. Wait! As soon as Jiang Changkong arrived, he was stopped. It's so late. Are you going out of the city? It was around 4 in the morning and the sky was dark. I'm a martial arts student. My classmates are in danger outside. I'm going out. Jiang Changkong took out his temporary student ID and said, You're alone. The two frowned. Senior sister and the others are behind me. They're packing their things. I'll go first, Jiang Changkong said anxiously. Please make way. Other than the Star Ocean martial artists, you must form a team to go out of the city. There must be at least 4 people. The two frowned. How about this? We can find you 3 soldiers, but you have to split the profits in half. What if there's danger? Jiang Changkong was stunned. How could there be such a good thing? You have to listen to orders. Don't mess around. If there's danger, it's our business, one of them said. I want to go here within 6 hours. Jiang Changkong took out his phone. He couldn't ask for more help. No problem, it's not far away. After saying that, one of them took out his phone and called 3 people. Not long after, a black off-road vehicle drove over and stopped at the gate. 3 burly men, wearing armor and holding long swords, got out of the car. According to the situation you said, you can ask for help from a small team. The price is all the profits for you and the rescue target. It must be during the day. The two said again. No need, just these 3. Jiang Changkong quickly left. Let's not delay. Let's go. He couldn't decide all the benefits of rescuing the target. Moreover, after Ji Xiling saw the message, she would probably bring people to the rescue. What he needed to do was to do his part. The 3 burly men nodded. Get in the car. Jiang Changkong slipped into the car and sat in the passenger seat. The driver said, My name is Lu Feng. These 2 are Zhang Mo and Xiao Hu. Both of them are at the peak of the astral qi realm. Jiang Changkong, pinnacle of astral energy. Jiang Changkong looked at the pitch-black night sky and said, The world outside the city was very dark, and the ground was uneven and full of potholes. Let's make this clear first. I'll give you half of my profits, but you can't touch my friends, Jiang Changkong said. Don't worry, we have professional ethics. Lu Feng said in a low voice and added, If you weren't from a martial arts school, we wouldn't have come. However, you have to guarantee that when your classmates come, we won't throw our lives away for nothing. They will definitely come. I'll have to trouble you guys for everything, Jiang Changkong said in a low voice. This was also to give face to the school and to do a student a favor. If it were an ordinary martial artist, even if they came, they would probably have to add more than half of the profits, and they might not even do their best. As for the school's support, Ji Xiling's good friend, Yanxue, was also here. She would definitely rush over. The 3 of them nodded and took out their phones to check the route. Lu Feng said, You have to listen to us next. We're basically familiar with this area. I hope you understand. Jiang Changkong said, I only need to be there in 6 hours. It's best to be early. Lu Feng didn't say anything else and continued to drive. Zhang Mo and Xiao Hu remained silent and looked out of the window. After a short silence, Lu Feng said again, Xiao Hu introduced to him the things to take note of outside. Turn your phone to silent mode and turn the light to the dimmest. Xiao Hu said calmly, Don't run around after getting off the car. Don't touch anything you see. As Jiang Changkong listened, he took note of everything. There were many dangerous things outside. Some poisonous insects were so poisonous that even nebulae could be poisoned to death. Other than that, some star demon were very sensitive to sound and light. If the sound was slightly louder or the light was slightly brighter, it might attract the star demon. In the outside world, physical strength was very important. He had to ensure that he had the strength to fight at all times. In a situation where both sides were injured, even if he could take down the star demon, he had to retreat. He couldn't guarantee that he wouldn't encounter other star demon. There was also the problem of resources. Some star demon couldn't be eaten. Food was very important, and so was fresh water. After that, there were various things to take note of. The off-road vehicle drove quickly and stopped in less than half an hour. Jiang Chongkong was constantly paying attention to the route on his phone. There were still 2/3 of the way to the destination. He looked out of the window. The sky was still dark, but there were hazy buildings. This is the supply point. Let's bring the resources and set off immediately. Lu Feng got off the car and said, "Seeing that you came out empty-handed, I guess you haven't come here often, right?" "I came here twice with senior sister," Jiang Chongkong said calmly. If he said that he hadn't been here even once, the three of them would probably explode. "I came in a hurry and forgot to bring my weapons. There aren't any extra weapons here. Next, try to be careful. When the time comes, I'll cut off a star demon's claw for you to use as a weapon." As Lu Feng spoke, he had already entered the building complex. "You guys wait here. I'll go get the resources." Only then did Jiang Chongkong realize that the building complex was protected by a light blue barrier. Zhang Mo and Xiao who stood at the side and looked around vigilantly. Not long after, Lu Feng came out with 4 backpacks and threw 3 of them to them. Jiang Chongkong carried the backpack. It wasn't heavy and didn't affect his ability to fight. "There are some clothes, water, and bread inside. Let's go." Lu Feng gripped the sword in his hand tightly and led them forward. In the martial arts school, Li Qiuchuan didn't find Ji Xiling. She wasn't at Iron Tower. In the school's office, Ji Xiling sat obediently on the sofa and looked down. "You're quite smart. If I hadn't received a report, I wouldn't have known that you're so capable." A middle-aged man stared at Ji Xiling. "Tell me, where did the star stones go?" "I used them." Ji Xiling shrugged and said, "Uncle, call me Vice Principal Chen Hua." The middle-aged man said with a straight face, "If you lead them like this, they'll die when they face the star demon in the future. If they can't pass, they'll still be forced to take the college entrance exam." Ji Xiling said nonchalantly, "This is a fair deal." Chen Hua snorted coldly and said, "That person has something to do with you as well, right? You want to cause trouble for him?" Ji Xiling's expression changed slightly. "How can I not punish him for breaking the rules?" Chen Hua said with a cold face, "The lightest punishment is to make him pay. He should have used up quite a lot by now, right?" "That's great." Ji Xiling clapped her hands and said, "I support you. Don't think that I won't punish him like this." Chen Hua snorted and said, "Your little cleverness won't work on me. I really support you." Ji Xiling said indifferently, "It's better if you punish him. This way, I can incite him to join Xiang." "You dare to make him betray the school?" Chen Hua glared at her. "Ji Xiling, don't be too presumptuous." Ji Xiling rolled her eyes at him. "I'm presumptuous? Betray the school? He's not from a martial arts school. Why would he betray the school?" Chen Hua was stunned. "Not from a martial arts school? He hasn't joined any school yet. Then where did he get his Star Chi Peak cultivation base?" "I practiced the iron skin." "Chen Hua, are you kidding me? Basic iron shirt to Star Chi Peak?" Thump. Just then, the office door was pushed open. 2 blood-stained figures rushed in and cried bitterly, "Vice Principal, you have to seek justice for us. What happened to you? Who beat you up?" Chen Hua's expression changed as he asked hurriedly. "There was a problem with the mock exams. We were investigating, but we were beaten up by that person, the two said at the same time. How strong is that person? The two hesitated, their faces showing a trace of embarrassment. Ji Xiling's face flashed with shock as she asked uncertainly, could it be Star Chi Peak? The two were even more embarrassed. They did not say anything, silently agreeing. Ji Xiling was slightly stunned. Jiang Chongkong beat them up? It's not our fault. It's his body that has a problem. Our top-tier weapons can't break his defense. The two said with a sad face. That defense was even stronger than alloy steel. Who could withstand it? Chen Hua. Iron Shirt could be trained to this level? Chapter 20. Chen Hua's mind was in a mess. A guy who practiced the Iron Mantle had led them to the mock exam for 3 years. That's right. He already knew that Li Qiuchuan had passed the exam. After receiving the report, he watched the video of the exam. They were all beaten up, including the mock exam. It would have been fine if that was all. Both of them were early-stage Nebula martial artists who had completed a year of the exam. The one who was beaten up had to come to him. Looking at their pitiful appearances, Chen Hua suddenly felt like whipping them to death. 2 lousy students. They were beaten up by a guy who hadn't even enrolled yet. How dare they come to him? Zhang Tao was severely injured the first time he fought with him. Chen Hua said calmly, why didn't you report him then? Zhang Tao opened his mouth and cursed in his heart. He was betrayed. Gu Xiaoyu. Only Gu Xiaoyu knew what happened that night. As for the person who beat them up, he wouldn't come out and ruin his plan. The two of you couldn't even beat him together? No matter how powerful the Iron Mantle is, it's only at the peak of astral energy. Chen Hua said angrily, the two of you don't cultivate properly. You've brought shame to the martial arts school. The two of them were dazed and quickly said, Principal, you have to stand up for us. That guy is looking down on the martial arts school. Yes, he's looking down on the martial arts school. He must be punished. Ji Xiling seemed to have nothing to do with it. She added fuel to the fire. The martial arts school can't accept such a person. I'll call him and ask him to go to Kaxiang. In the future, the girls there, Chen Hua. Can you stop talking? You're actually thinking of using him to get close to the girls in Kaxiang? I won't let you get what you want. If Kaxiang knew about this, they would laugh their heads off. The two schools were enemies. If Kaxiang knew about this, they would definitely beg Jiang Chongkong to go over and attack the martial arts school at the same time. The two of you get out. Chen Hua snorted, an array of golden astral power flew out, sweeping the two out and closing the door. Ji Xiling looked at him. Uncle, punish them. Haha, actually, I already knew about this. Chen Hua's expression changed to one of complete confidence. I just want to see the limits of that little fellow. With my keen eyes, how could I not notice such a genius? Ji Xiling was speechless. These words sounded somewhat familiar. Chen Hua was very calm and did not blush at all. All right, give him a call and tell him to wait at home. I'll send him an acceptance letter tomorrow. Ji Xiling was a little disappointed. She wouldn't be able to interact with Kuxiang's juniors. If he had known this would happen, he would have pleaded on Chen Hua's behalf. Perhaps he could have provoked Chen Hua. Sigh. After all, Jiang Chongkong was his brother. For the sake of loyalty. She stood up and prepared to leave. She had left her phone in the dormitory. Senior sister. As soon as he opened the door, Li Qiuchuan ran over anxiously. You really are here. Why are you here? It's none of your business. Ji Xiling gestured with her eyes as she spoke. How dare you come here instead of hiding now that the matter has been exposed? Li Qiuchuan did not understand her gaze. Senior sister, Chongkong called and asked you to check your phone. Something big has happened. Oh, something big. Ji Xiling pursed her lips. Now that the matter had been exposed, it was indeed a big deal. It's related to Ing Yanxue and Zhou Wen's safety. Chongkong said so. Li Qiuchuan saw that she was not concerned and said anxiously, What? Ji Xiling's expression changed, and she rushed back to the dormitory. What's going on? Chen Hua walked out with a solemn expression. What did it have to do with Ing Yanxue and Zhou Wen's safety? Ji Xiling did not dare to delay. Her body shone with a golden light, and she disappeared from the office door almost instantly. Chen Hua had no time to ask and quickly chased after her. Li Qiuchuan paused and followed. Chen Hua was the first to reach the dormitory. Ji Xiling was not much slower. She rushed into the room and picked up her phone. What's going on? Chen Hua stood outside the door and didn't go in. Yanxue and Zhou Wen were surrounded by the Star Demon. I didn't get the news immediately. Ji Xiling said with a bad expression. Jiang Chongkong went first. Jiang Chongkong? Chen Hua frowned. The genius student that you discovered with your keen eyes. Ji Xiling said. It's related to the cosmic cloud state star demon. Chongkong isn't strong enough. I must go quickly. With that, Ji Xiling had already left. This Jiang Chongkong is quite bold. He dares to go out when he's only at the peak of cosmic qi? Chen Hua was a little angry, but he shouted at Ji Xiling's back. You must bring them back safely. At 5 in the morning, the sky was already bright. The wild grass was very lush. They were all about 2 meters tall. Luckily, the person leading the way was an experienced veteran. They took a small path that had the least star demon nearby. The 4 of them ran at 80% of their speed and traveled for nearly half an hour. They didn't find a single star demon. Lu Feng and the others stopped and panted. Let's rest and recover our stamina. Jiang Chongkong was anxious, but he knew stamina was important. They could face danger at any time, so he didn't say anything. He didn't know if Ji Xiling looked at her phone. If she didn't, the 4 of them would only last a little longer. After resting for a while, the 4 of them continued their journey. The path ahead was flat, so it was quite easy. Another half an hour later, Lu Feng and the others suddenly stopped and gestured for them to be quiet. The 3 of them surrounded Jiang Chongkong. They instinctively thought that this student who didn't even carry a weapon wouldn't be very powerful. Swish! The grass swayed. Dark light mixed with blue light flashed in the grass. The 3 of them looked at each other. Lu Feng took a step forward and directly rushed over. He unsheathed his sword and slashed out a red sword aura. Hot sparks flew everywhere. The red sword aura slashed on the dark and blue lights. Poochie! The 2 lights were easily torn apart. The sound of a sharp sword entering flesh could be heard. Blood spurted out. Roar! A low roar mixed with pain could be heard. An ugly star demon with black scales, barbs on its back, and dents on its face rushed out. Zhang Mo and Xiao Hu rushed out immediately. Their swords emitted a golden light and directly pierced through the star demon's body. After nailing the star demon to the ground, the star demon struggled for a moment, then stopped moving. Middle stage Star Qi Star Demon. Lu Feng skillfully stabbed his sword into the star demon's abdomen and dug out a star stone. Middle grade level 1. There were a few black and blue light spots in the star stone. Most of them were blurry. Lu Feng looked at Jiang Chongkong and asked, "Can I keep this star stone first? Since you guys killed it, it belongs to you." Jiang Chongkong waved his hand and said, "Half of my profits will belong to you. Since you guys killed it, it naturally belongs to you." Lu Feng shook his head and said, "You still have a share. During the period of employment, all the profits will belong to you." "No need. Our journey is more important," Jiang Chongkong said firmly. He didn't want to cause a conflict because of this bit of star stone. Moreover, the star demon's corpse also had essence, breath, and spirit, plus 50. Although it wasn't as much as the star stone, it was still a lot. The 3 of them didn't say anything else. They kept the star stone and continued on their journey. Jiang Chongkong extracted essence, breath, and spirit. Chapter 21. Those who could survive in this world all had some capabilities. Initially, Jiang Chongkong was worried that the 3 of them would be a burden to him. After the 3 of them killed a few star demons consecutively, he felt relieved. With their power, as long as they didn't encounter a cosmic cloud-state star demon, they would be fine. Moreover, they were very self-aware as bodyguard. As soon as there was danger, they wouldn't hesitate. Their professionalism was unquestionable. After killing another late-stage cosmic chi star demon, the four stopped. There was still a third of the route left. It was 6:30 p.m. As long as there wasn't any big trouble, they would be able to make it before 10 p.m. We need to be more careful. Lu Feng lowered his voice. If we go any deeper, we might encounter a peak-stage cosmic chi star demon. Zhang Mo and Xiao Hu nodded. The three of us might not be able to protect you. I'm not weak either. If we encounter a large group of star demon, run for your lives. You guys should be able to take care of one or two, Jiang Chongkong said. The three nodded and didn't say anything. If they really encountered a star demon they couldn't handle, they would run for their lives. The four continued their journey again. This time, they used 70% of their energy to preserve more stamina. The time spent on the road was shortened, and they had more time to rest. Jiang Chongkong looked ahead. There were endless weeds, and he couldn't see the end. After running for another 10 minutes, the three stopped and looked to the left. There was a large patch of weeds that had collapsed. The four carefully walked over. There were many human-sized beast-shaped footprints in the weed. Some looked like claws with 3 toes, some were round, and some had 5 toes. Not far away there were a few piles of feces. There are 4 types of footprints. Lu Feng observed carefully and said, "It should be 4-star demon." Then, he reached out his finger and touched the feces. It's still warm. It's probably nearby. Be careful, Jiang Chongkong said in a low voice. The three nodded. Lu Feng wiped his hands on the weeds and went up again. Roar. Not long after, a low roar came from the front. 4 hideous star demon blocked their way and stared at them. A star demon stood on 2 legs. It had 3 toes and 2 claws on its chest. It looked like a dinosaur, but it wasn't. Its 4 legs were like pillars, and its entire body was covered in scales. 1 foot was like a human palm, 5 toes, and its whole body was covered with lump. It looked very disgusting. There was another one with barbs all over its body, glowing with a cold light. It's the 4-star demon. This is going to be tricky. Lu Feng gripped his sword and said in a low voice, "Retreat while fighting. Think of a way to detour." "Are you sure you can deal with 3 of them?" Jiang Chongkong asked in a low voice. Roar. As they spoke, the 4-star demon roared and rushed toward the 4 of them. Everywhere they passed, the weeds would collapse. "If it's a one-on-one, I'm only somewhat confident," Lu Feng said dryly. "Is it far to detour?" Jiang Chongkong frowned. "The 4-star demon will chase after us. It will delay us. It's hard to say if we find another way," Lu Feng said in a low voice. He pulled Jiang Chongkong back. "Don't think about it. Let's detour. We can't beat them. You guys hold 3 of them. I'll deal with 1 first." Jiang Chongkong stopped and his astral power surged out. He shook off Lu Feng's hand and rushed toward the barbed star demon like a cannonball. This star demon seemed to be the most dangerous. The 3 of them might not be able to delay it. "You, Sai, save him." Lu Feng's expression changed. He quickly made a move. "Didn't you say that you wouldn't make the decision?" Zhang Mo and Xiao Hu said angrily. Although they were angry, they didn't leave. They were confident that they could save Jiang Chongkong. The 3 of them blocked the 3-star demon, while Jiang Chongkong rushed toward the barbed star demon. Playing the pipa, Tai Chi accompanies. The barbed star demon emitted a dark glow. The barbed thorns on its body were like sharp swords, emitting a sharp aura. Boom! Crack! The Tai Chi diagram fell and the barbed thorns were broken. The fist directly rushed into the star demon's body. Clang! The barbed thorns stabbed into Jiang Chongkong's body, but it was like stabbing into a steel wall. It couldn't break his defense. Damn! This scene shocked the 3 of them so much that they almost couldn't dodge the star demon's attack. He broke the barbed thorns of the star demon with one punch and entered the star demon's body? The star demon couldn't break his defense? In the past, martial artists couldn't break the star demon's defense. Now, it was the other way around. You guys hold it back. I'll deal with it. After saying that, Jiang Chongkong punched out with both fists. A pair of iron fists directly shattered the barbed thorns. Roar! The star demon roared in pain. The barbed thorns condensed and stabbed toward Jiang Chongkong again. The faint Tai Chi diagram appeared and blocked part of the power. The remaining power couldn't break his defense. Poochie! This time, the fist directly entered the star demon's head. The head exploded and brain juice flowed out. The star demon directly went limp. After dealing with the barbed star demon, Jiang Chongkong went to the side of Xiao Hu, who was closest to him. Facing the dinosaur-like star demon, there was only one punch. The star demon sensed danger. Its sharp claws glowed with a golden light, like sharp blades. Boom! Crack, crack! With a punch, the sharp claws were shattered. Jiang Chongkong was like a ferocious beast, charging forward. His fist directly followed the sharp claws and entered. Xiao Hu found an opportunity. His sword light slashed across the star demon's neck, almost cutting off the star demon's head. The remaining two were even easier. Jiang Chongkong still rushed over and punched violently. The star demon at the peak of the star chi realm couldn't even take a punch from him. In a short while, the 4-star demon all turned into corpses. Their bodies had wounds caused by the punches. Jiang Chongkong found some weeds and wiped the blood off his hands. He said, "Dig out the star stones. We'll continue on our way." Okay. The three nodded and dug out the star stones. 4 top-tier star stones. Each essence, spirit, and spirit. 400. It was worth it for him to carry her once. Star demon corpses. Each essence, spirit, and spirit. 100. These are for you. You killed all of them. Lu Feng passed the 4 star stones to him. Jiang Chongkong took one. We agreed before that we would split it. You didn't split it before. How can we accept it? Lu Feng and the other 2 smiled bitterly. Moreover, even if we split it in half, you will only get 2. Then I'll take 2. Jiang Chongkong took another one. All 4 are for you. We can split it later. Lu Feng and the other 2 insisted. Jiang Chongkong couldn't refuse and could only accept it. Including the 4 corpses, this time's essence, spirit, and spirit, 2,000. After packing up, the 4 continued on their way. Lu Feng whispered, "I didn't expect you to be this strong. Cosmic Cloud State? Your fists are stronger than the claws and barbs of the star demon." Xiao Hu said, "The barbs of the star demon can't break your defense. My defense is very strong. Even top-tier level 1 weapons can't break my defense." Jiang Chongkong didn't hide it. "I didn't mean to hide it. Even if I told you before, you wouldn't believe me." The 3 nodded. If Jiang Chongkong said this before, they definitely wouldn't believe him. Even the martial arts of the martial arts school couldn't block the claws and barbs of the star demon. As for top-tier level 1 weapons, the swords in their hands could tear open the defense of the star demon. It was comparable to the claws and barbs of the star demon. If these weapons couldn't hurt Jiang Chongkong, the barbs and claws couldn't hurt him either. "Brother Jiang, since you're so powerful, we should speed up as well." Lu Feng thought for a moment and said, "Let's try to get there earlier." After witnessing Jiang Chongkong's power, he changed the way he addressed him. We'll annihilate those below the cosmic cloud state within 4 or 5. We'll split the star stones evenly," Jiang Chongkong said in a low voice. Zhang Mo and Xiao Hu didn't object. As long as they didn't encounter a group of star demon, those above the cosmic cloud state could easily sweep through. Chapter 22. The 4 ran quickly through the dense grass. Finally, they arrived at their destination at around 8 p.m. Along the way, he killed a few more star demon. His essence, chi, spirit reached 10083. The 4 of them crouched in the bushes, holding their breaths as they carefully looked ahead. There was a huge pile of rocks. There were more than 20 strange-looking star demons surrounding it. Changkong, are you sure you're here to save people? Lu Feng asked quietly. The weakest star demon was at least at the tertiary stage of the cosmic chi state. They also saw a few cosmic cloud states. 2 of them were very far away, but they could still sense their ferocious chi. Were they here to save people? Were they sure they weren't here to die? If it wasn't for the fact that Jiang Changkong was also here and was very powerful, they would have probably turned around and left. Of course, we're here to save people. I'll send a message to reassure them. Jiang Changkong took out his phone and retreated, hiding behind the 3 of them. His phone was already on silent mode. He sent a message to Zhou. Brother One, we'll be there soon. Try not to be impulsive. Zhou sent a surprised emoji. You're here too? Jiang Changkong replied. I came first. Ji Xiling is behind. Zhou sent an angry emoji. Why are you here? Aren't you afraid of being eaten by the star demon? Jiang Changkong's heart warmed. It wasn't a wasted trip. Just when he was about to send a message, Zhou said, You shouldn't be the only one here. Did the soldiers bring you here? Yes. Zhou was excited. How big is the team? Who's the leader? Count me in. There's a total of 4. Zhou, are you kidding me? You brought 3 people to save me? With a tinge of indignation, Zhou continued asking, What strength? Peak cosmic chi. Brother, let's go back. Jiang Changkong was a little embarrassed. Ji Xiling will be here soon. Have you contacted her? Zhou, I've contacted her. She's here. She'll be here in half an hour. Jiang Changkong breathed a sigh of relief and said, Then there's no problem. If we combine our forces, eliminating these star demons shouldn't be a problem. She came alone. Although Senior is at the peak of the nebula realm, there are 2 late-stage star demon and 1 at the peak of the nebula realm. Jiang Changkong. This was King embarrassing. What was Ji Xiling thinking? She came alone? At least I brought 3 people with me. Hurry up and leave. Don't get involved in this mess. Let senior sister Zi Ling leave too. Jiang Changkong replied, There's no need. The star demon hasn't attacked yet. There's still enough time for reinforcements to arrive. Before that, the star demon has already attacked. Senior sister Yanxue is already injured. Then she'll block the 2 late-stage nebula star demon. You guys hold back the rest of the star demon. I'll be in charge of holding back most of the star demon. I'm confident we can escape unscathed, Jiang Changkong said. You're confident you can hold back most of the star demon? Zhou asked in surprise. I'm 100% confident, Brother One. Don't worry. I won't joke around with my life, Jiang Changkong said. Okay, let's do it this way. When senior sister Zi Ling arrives, we'll attack together. For now, hide quietly. Zhou didn't reply after that. Jiang Changkong was having a headache. Ji Xiling was such a scammer? Wasn't it supposed to be a 4-person team to leave the city? Why did she run out alone? But now wasn't the time to think about this. He looked at Lu Feng and the other 2. If Ji Xiling brought people over, they could kill the star demon faster with their help. But now, Ji Xiling didn't bring people over. If they tried to break out of the encirclement with all their strength, these 3 might be a burden instead. Moreover, they had agreed before that without reinforcements they could leave. He couldn't trick them. Patting Lu Feng's shoulder, Jiang Changkong said in a low voice, You guys go back. Things have changed. What's wrong? The 3 looked at him in confusion. Senior sister ran out alone. She didn't bring reinforcements. Jiang Changkong's expression was gloomy. Since you're here, your mission is completed. Go back. The 3 looked at each other. They didn't expect such a situation. Previously, Jiang Changkong had vowed that reinforcements would be behind. But in the end, there was only 1 reinforcements? Ji Xiling was at the peak of the nebula. Should they persist? If they persisted, they might die. If they didn't persist, they would return with their gains along the way. They had already gained a lot along the way. They didn't have the responsibility to die with Jiang Chongkong. The soldiers in the city are coming to rescue us. Let's kill our way out and meet up with them. A scream came from the pile of boulders, piercing through Jiang Chongkong's ears. Roar! The star demon instantly became restless. It roared and rushed toward the pile of boulders. Damn! Jiang Chongkong cursed. Where did this stupid teammate come from? The three of them were dumbfounded. How could he be so suicidal? Boom! With a deafening sound, the two sides clashed. Jiang Chongkong didn't dare to delay. He dashed out like a cheetah. You guys go back. Zhang Mo and Xiao Hu looked at Lu Feng. What should we do? What else can we do? Let's go. Are we going to die? Lu Feng turned around and left. It's a pity, Brother Chongkong. The two of them sighed and left as well. Roar! More than 20 star demon roared at the same time. Their astral power waves destroyed the surrounding weed. Broken weeds floated in the air, and mud splattered everywhere. 8 figures rushed out from the pile of boulders to face the star demon. The one at the front was wearing a blood-stained white robe. His face was pale, and he emitted a chilling aura. His hair was a little messy as he fought against 2 late-stage Nebula Star Demon. The rest of the people fought against the remaining Nebula State Star Demon. The blade vibrated, and the sword chi swept across, forcing back the Star Demon below the Nebula State. Jiang Chongkong sprinted over. His gaze landed on the blood-stained white-robed figure. It should be Ying Yanxue. He was also fighting against a mid-stage Nebula Star Demon. Jiang Chongkong wasn't far from the Star Demon. It only took him a short while to run at full speed. He came before a peak-stage Star Demon and punched. Boom! The punch penetrated the head, and it died instantly. He dashed to the next Star Demon with a fatal move. Chongkong. Zhouwen was shocked to see him. Then, he became angry. Who told you to come? Leave now. Brother One, I don't have much power, but it's not a problem for me to help you deal with the Star Demon. Jiang Chongkong replied, focus on killing the Star Demon. Just when Zhouwen was about to speak, the Star Demon already pounced over. He could only face it head-on. All kinds of lights intertwined, and the star forces collided. Terrifying forces surged in all directions. Jiang Chongkong's skin glowed with a bronze luster. A few star demons rushed over at the same time. They were all peak-stage Nebula State. Chongkong, be careful, Zhouwen yelled. He saw Jiang Chongkong kill a star demon with one punch. However, even an ordinary early-stage Nebula State would have to be careful when dealing with several at the same time. Don't worry about me. I can deal with the Star Demon. Jiang Chongkong replied. He didn't dodge or evade. Instead, he manifested a Tai Chi technique that was both soft and hard. Clang! The attacks of the Star Demon landed at the same time, but there was a deafening sound. Jiang Chongkong's body swayed, and the ground under his feet cracked. There were several Star Demon around him. The stench of blood and sharp fangs came biting over. He was instantly surrounded by several Star Demon. Even with Tai Chi, he couldn't completely withstand it. Although he didn't look injured on the surface, the impact of the attacks had shaken his internal organs. A trace of blood seeped out from the corner of his mouth. Jiang Chongkong's face turned pale. Then, he punched even more fiercely. He punched through the demon's head. Roar! Around the Star Demons, there were more than 20 Star Demons with huge bodies, and they almost surrounded the crowd. Fortunately, Zhouwen and the others weren't weaklings. There were only 2 peak-stage Nebula States and 6 Nebula Warriors. It was no problem for them to resist for now. Boom! Jiang Chongkong stomped on the ground, causing the ground to crack and dust to fly. He punched straight at the fangs in the Star Demon's mouth. Crack! The punch landed and the fangs broke. The punch went into the Star Demon's mouth and went straight out. But then, more attacks landed. The huge force sent his body flying and rolling on the ground. Chapter 23. A scream was heard and the pungent smell of blood filled the air. Little Mo, Zhouwen roared. His sword flashed and forced the star demon back. Jiang Chongkong turned his head and saw that one of the two peak nebula cultivators had been pierced by the star demon. A young man slashed with his sword and took a few steps back. He looked at Jiang Chongkong. You're Jiang Chongkong? Where are the reinforcements you brought? Wu Jun F*CKU. Zhouwen cursed. You better shut the F*CK up. Otherwise, would we have come out? You were the one who said the reinforcements had arrived, Wu Jun said angrily. Bullsh*T, shut up all of you. The star demon at the peak of the nebula peak isn't here. I'll open a path for you. His white clothes were stained with blood. The dust couldn't hide his fair skin. There was a hint of redness on his face. Blood seeped out from the corner of his mouth. The hand holding the sword was already unstable and his wrist was bleeding. Senior, it's all because of Jiang Chongkong and Zhouwen. Let's break out and let them bear the consequences. Wu Jun snarled. Jiang Chongkong's mind buzzed. He punched a star demon and took a few steps back. There's still internal strife at this time? You want me and Zhouwen to stay here? I said shut up. Yenshua shouted coldly. The snow-white sword flashed and forced the two-star demon to retreat. I'll force a path out later. All of you leave. Senior, if you don't leave, I won't leave either, Zhouwen said anxiously. In half an hour at most, Senior Sister Xiling will be here. At most, we will retreat. Of course you can't leave. It's all because of you that I'm in danger. Wu Jun said coldly, Senior, let's retreat first. With the energy shield, we can still hold on for a while. Jiang Chongkong didn't say anything. He killed another star demon at the peak of the nebula peak. He couldn't help but spit out a mouthful of blood. He was a little hesitant. Should he upgrade the bronze skin iron bones? However, in this kind of situation, it wouldn't be of much use even if he improved it. Once that happened, he would have to face a cosmic cloud state star demon. Tai Chi hadn't reached perfect mastery yet. It would be tough for him to face the cosmic cloud state star demon. He would only become a punching bag. This Wu Jun is also problematic. If he sees him breaking through at the last moment, will he have other thoughts? Rumble. At that moment, a loud sound rang out, and the boulder behind them shattered. A 3-foot-long star demon with barbs all over its body lay on the shattered boulder. The barrier has been broken. Yenshua's expression changed. She finally knew where the star demon had gone. They were going to break the barrier. Kill! Yenshua yelled. She did not dare to delay any longer. She poured her astral powers into the sword, and a ray of sword radiance burst out. The snow-white sword light gave off a chilling intent as it split into 20 or so sword lights, completely enveloping the star demon. Take them away. Yenshua shouted coldly and turned around to face the star demon at the peak of the nebula. Senior, I won't leave. I want to fight the enemy with you. Wu Jun followed Yenshua and charged over. Zhouwen did the same. As for the other 4 people, they seized the opportunity to rush out. Jiang Chongkong was about to follow Zhouwen, but Zhouwen kicked him away. Get out of here. This kick was very heavy but also very light. The heavy part was that the kick pushed him far away, but the light part was that he landed safely without any injuries. Just when he was about to get up, a hand stopped him. Don't be impulsive. Hold the phone and adjust the volume. It will draw away some of the star demon. Then, throw the phone away. Jiang Chongkong looked at the person who spoke. Lu Feng and the other 2 were lying in the grass. They didn't leave. Without hesitation, Jiang Chongkong picked up the phone, adjusted the volume, and ran. Howl! A strange sound came from the phone. Roar! The star demon stopped at the same time. The star demon charged at Jiang Chongkong without hesitation. The cosmic cloud state star demon stopped in his tracks and looked at Jiang Changkong doubtfully. He was hesitant. Including the star demon at the peak of the nebula, he didn't move for a moment. Jiang Changkong purposely stopped. However, the cosmic cloud state star demon still didn't chase. A group of star demon chased after him. Seeing that they were about to get close, he could only turn and run. There was only so much he could do. He really couldn't do anything to the remaining cosmic cloud state star demon. Jiang Changkong ran at full speed while the star demon chased after him. After running for 15 minutes and confirming that he was far away from them, Jiang Changkong threw away his phone and ran in another direction. Changkong. Not long after, Lu Feng and the other two came over and called out in a low voice. "Thank you, I will return your phone to you in the future," Jiang Changkong said gratefully. "It's just a phone. Our income this time is enough to buy quite a lot." Lu Feng waved his hand. That was the star demon's voice. However, the Federation could only record its image to fool the star demon for a while. A phone wasn't much. This time, Jiang Changkong gave most of it to them. Moreover, it was worth it to trade a phone for a good impression from the students of the martial arts school. "Sigh, I hope they're fine." Jiang Changkong sighed. "How are the 4 people who came with me?" "Don't worry, they'll be fine." Lu Feng found a seat and sat down. "You were too impulsive this time. Zhouwen treats me well, but I can't help much." Jiang Changkong shook his head. "What did you tell them?" Lu Feng asked. Jiang Changkong handed the phone to them. The 3 of them checked the message and fell into silence. According to the conversation between Jiang Changkong and Zhouwen, there was a high chance of success if they just wanted to break out. However, that Wu Jun rushed out and shouted before Ji Xiling arrived, alarming the star demon. After a long time, Lu Feng said, "You didn't even know what was going on and rushed in. You're lucky you didn't die in there." Jiang Changkong said helplessly, "If it wasn't for that Wu Jun, I wouldn't have gone out. He was obviously forcing you to go out and die." Then, someone saved the damsel in distress. Zhang Mo sneered. "You were tricked, or rather, Zhouwen was tricked, and you were just collateral damage. Someone didn't want you to save them and hoped that someone else would save them." Jiang Changkong frowned. "When we were about to leave, we found traces of human life." Xiao Hu said calmly. "After that, we checked the surroundings. Someone was lying in ambush and watching you." Zhang Mo continued. "Not long after you left, they came out. 1 was at the peak of the nebula stage, and 3 were in the late stage." "I know we were tricked." Jiang Changkong's expression was ugly. "But I had to go. I wanted to help Zhouwen and Ing Yanxue." The 3 of them nodded and didn't say much. "What are your plans now that they're out of danger? Go back to the city? Or find them?" "No. Since I'm out, I'll kill the star demon to train myself. Besides, Senior will be here soon. I'll meet up with her at the peak of the nebula stage." Jiang Changkong said. It wasn't easy to escape. How could he go back so easily? Although the income was good, Zhang Tao and Li He realized that he couldn't keep doing this. There were star demon everywhere. Killing more star demon was the right way to improve quickly. "I knew you wouldn't go back so easily." Lu Feng smiled and took out a book from his backpack. "These are our notes. They should be helpful to you. You have to read them carefully. In terms of strength, we are inferior, but in terms of familiarity with this place, even 10 of you can't compare to us." Zhang Mo and Xiao Hu smiled and took out something from their backpack. "We still have a lot of food left. They're all yours. Thank you for your help this time. When we return to the city, I'll treat you to a meal." Jiang Changkong was extremely grateful. "It's a deal. The 3 of us will wait for you to treat us when you return to the city." Lu Feng smiled. "Definitely," Jiang Changkong promised. "If it wasn't for the fact that we have to return to the city for orders, we really want to take advantage of you." The 3 of them laughed and left. Jiang Changkong smiled and sent them off. After they left, his face darkened. He was tricked this time because he wasn't strong enough. If he was, he would have beaten Wu Jun up on the spot. There was no way to quickly improve his strength back in the city. He could only stay here. I wonder if Yanxue and the rest have left? Those star demon corpses shouldn't be taken away, right? Chapter 24. Jiang Chongkong carried his backpack, identified the direction, and returned to the pile of boulders. Those corpses were free essences. He could not let them go to waste. When he arrived at the pile of boulders, Jiang Chongkong saw a familiar figure. She was dressed in green and her hair draped over her shoulders. She was squatting on a piece of gravel, holding her phone with a vexed expression. Beside her were the corpses of many star demon corpses. The star demon was indeed not taken away. Even the one at the peak of the nebula peak was there. Brother Ji. Jiang Chongkong looked around and saw that there was only one person nearby. He quickly walked out. Half an hour had passed. Ji Ziling's arrival was expected. Kid, I know you're loyal, but you can't risk your life by running out. Ji Ziling glared at him and scolded him. If something happens to you, I'll lose a good brother. Isn't that because I'm confident? Jiang Chongkong knew that she was concerned about him. It's just that something happened. I just got here. What happened? Ji Ziling frowned. Then, she noticed his injuries and the bloodstains on his body. Are you hurt? Where are they? Jiang Chongkong was in a sorry state in the battle just now. Although he was not injured on the surface, he was stained with a lot of star demon blood. I don't know. Before that, Jiang Chongkong shook his head and told her what had happened. What? That damned Wu Jun. Is he trying to get all of you killed? Ji Ziling said angrily. The ambushers are trying to save the damsel in distress? He's trying to steal my woman. Jiang Chongkong, I really don't know what to say about this. Based on what you said, there's something strange about the shield being broken. Ji Ziling calmed down. Her gaze was cold. The Misty Snow Belt's energy shield should be at the pinnacle of rank 2. It should be able to last for 3 days. Jiang Chongkong sat down and didn't say anything. Chongkong, don't worry. I will definitely seek justice for you. Ji Ziling patted her chest and promised. Can you contact them now? Jiang Chongkong asked. Ji Ziling was a little discouraged. I can't get in touch with him. There's no reply. Jiang Chongkong sighed and said, What do you plan to do now? Look around. There is a special contact mark between me and Yanxue. She should have left it. Ji Ziling stood up and said, I'll rest for a while. I suffered some internal injuries, but they're not serious. Jiang Chongkong said. After a pause he continued, If you're in a hurry and discover something, you can leave first. I can protect myself. What nonsense are you talking about? You're so loyal, how could I leave you here alone? Ji Ziling glared at him with dissatisfaction and said, Not only will I take you away, but I will also bring you back safely. Then, she went to search nearby. Jiang Chongkong looked at the star demon corpses. There were more than 10 star demon corpses. 7 cosmic cloud states and 8 cosmic chi state. Those at the peak of cosmic chi state had less blood. There weren't many bloodstains on the ground. They were probably taken away. Those at the peak of cosmic cloud state had 300 essence energy. 2 late-stage ones had 280 essence energy each. 2 mid-stage ones had 230 essence energy each. 2 early-stage ones had 170 essence energy each. The rest of the star demon corpses had lesser essence energy. The peak ones only had 80 essence energy, and the latter ones only had 50 essence energy. These corpses had lost quite a bit of essence energy. However, this gave him more than 3,000 essence energy. Chongkong, over here. Soon, Ji Ziling called out. Jiang Chongkong quickly ran over to Ji Ziling. There was a snowflake pattern below her feet. Yanxue left this behind. We should be able to catch up to them if we follow them. Ji Ziling said, How are your injuries? It's fine, just minor injuries. I'll recover soon. Jiang Chongkong didn't care. Although his organs were injured, the Tai Chi Sutra was very good for his health. His Tai Chi Sutra had reached perfection. He would recover in a few days. Ji Xiling nodded and walked forward. If you're tired, tell me. I'll carry you. Jiang Chongkong. Don't mess around. Carry me? What if you kick me away when you have the urge to be gay? Although Ji Xiling didn't mind him due to loyalty, who knew what a woman would think? The two of them shuttled quickly through the weeds. Not long after, Ji Xiling stopped and looked ahead. Jiang Chongkong's expression didn't change. There were 3 star demon. One was at the primary stage of cosmic cloud state, and 2 were at the peak stage. After seeing a cosmic cloud state star demon, he could sense the strength of a star demon from its chi. Of course, if it was too strong, he wouldn't be able to sense it. If he was alone, he might be worried, but with Ji Xiling around, he didn't care at all. Ji Xiling reached into her pocket and took out a palm-sized token. Under Jiang Chongkong's shocked gaze, the token shot out a cold light and turned into a long sword. Damn, a laser sword? No, it wasn't a laser sword. It was a real sword. The sword was 3 feet long, and mysterious patterns were carved on it. Faint starlight could be seen flowing around it. Ji Xiling waved her long sword, and 3 rays of sword chi flew out, breaking through the air. Roar! The 3 star demon roared and gathered their astral power to face the sword chi. Splat! The sword chi easily tore apart the star demon's astral power and went into the 3 star demons' bodies. Without a sound, the 3 star demons fell to the ground. They were no longer breathing. Ji Xiling quickly went up and dug out 3 star stones. She threw them to Jiang Chongkong. You can have them. You can keep this cosmic cloud state, Jiang Chongkong said. I've earned some from the school during this time. I don't need these low-grade grade 2 ones anymore. If I really needed them, I wouldn't give them to you. Ji Xiling said, plus, I didn't bring my bag. I can't take too many star stones. Don't be so polite between brothers. She came in a hurry and didn't bring anything. Jiang Chongkong risked his life to come out. She might as well give the star stones to him. Jiang Chongkong didn't hold back, and the two continued on their way. At the same time, he extracted the essence chi of the 3 star demon bodies. Cosmic Cloud State fresh corpses had 200 essence chi and 100 peak cosmic chi. As for star stones, peak cosmic chi was 400, primary cosmic cloud state was 1000. Your sword? Jiang Chongkong asked curiously. A palm-sized token was actually a sword? It's a reward from the school. I should thank Kexiang School. The weapons they make are quite good. Ji Xiling touched the body of the sword and said proudly, Peak Grade 2. Jiang Chongkong was a little envious, but it was just a little. When he joined the martial arts school, he should be able to get a weapon as a reward. Would the school not reward a genius who passed all the mock exams? By the way, we've been exposed. Ji Xiling just remembered that she had something to tell him. Exposed? Jiang Chongkong's heart skipped a beat. He was somewhat worried. What did the school say? Will it affect my enrollment? Don't worry, the school won't let a genius like you go. Ji Xiling pursed her lips and said unhappily. Why do you look unhappy? Jiang Chongkong was taken aback. Ji Xiling fell silent for a moment and said, How about you join Kexiang? We can dominate the junior schoolmates of 2 schools. Jiang Chongkong, I don't think we can have fun anymore. I'll dominate the senior and junior schoolmates of the martial arts school. Then, you'll show your talent in Kexiang, and I'll go to Kexiang to look for the senior and junior schoolmates, Ji Xiling said excitedly. Her tone was agitated and her saliva was flying everywhere. Now let's look for Brother One and the rest. Jiang Chongkong wiped his sweat. It's okay to be a woman, but it's a problem if you want to dominate all the beauties. Yes. Ji Xiling quickly pulled her thoughts back to normal. Jiang Chongkong suddenly thought of something and said, Senior schoolmate, How many years have you completed of the college entrance examination? Ji Xiling looked at him strangely. 4 years. Why do you ask? Senior schoolmate is about to complete the 5-year college entrance examination. It's time to assign jobs. Jiang Chongkong said softly, Don't think so much. I'll take care of them. Ji Xiling. We can't be brothers anymore. Chapter 25. Ji Xiling was a little annoyed. She had only taken the college entrance examination 4 years ago, and this guy was already looking forward to her assigning him a job. He was still thinking about his senior sister and junior sister. This brother was too timid. The boat of friendship could capsize at any time. Of course, she wasn't really angry. She knew it was a joke. The two continued on their way. However, not long after, the star demon appeared in front of them again. 2 early-stage nebula star demons sniffed the ground from time to time. Ji Xiling killed them and threw them to Jiang Chongkong. Jiang Chongkong didn't hesitate. An early-stage nebula star demon had 1,200 points of essence, chi, and spirit. With Ji Xiling, the top student at the peak of nebula, he could just follow them and take advantage of the situation. If this went on, his Taiji fist would probably reach perfection. At the same time, he could also upgrade the 3 strokes of water cutting. When all 3 martial arts reached the peak of star chi, it wouldn't be too late to break through to the nebula stage. Once he broke through now, his essence, chi, and spirit would shrink severely, and it would be very troublesome to upgrade. The essence, chi, and spirit were only related to his cultivation level. It wouldn't be adjusted according to the level of his martial arts. Ji Xiling happily put away the star stones and looked at the ground. There were traces of licking on the ground. There was also a trace of blood in the sticky saliva of the star demon. Someone deliberately attracted the nearby star demon. Ji Xiling's face darkened. The aura contained in this blood should be at the peak of nebula stage. The blood of the corpse of the star demon at the peak of nebula stage was drawn. Jiang Chongkong said in a low voice. Ji Xiling nodded slightly. I also found it before, but I didn't expect them to do this. Obviously, they had expected that she would chase them, so they lured the star demon along the way to slow her down. It was unrealistic to expect these star demon to stop them. Ji Xiling was at the peak of nebula stage. Unless they could attract the star demon at the peak of nebula stage. Jiang Chongkong frowned slightly. Should we take a detour? We can't take a detour. Once we do, we'll lose our mark and our direction. Ji Xiling shook her head and said, Let's go. As long as the star demon doesn't appear at the nebula peak, everything will be fine. Jiang Chongkong didn't object. Anyway, he was happy to follow along. The two of them continued forward, and as expected, they encountered the star demon again. This time, it was only at the peak of the star chi stage. Ji Xiling pushed her way through and took advantage of the situation. She became more and more energetic. The two of them continued walking until the sky turned dark. The star demon had killed quite a few, but it still hadn't caught up to them. The two of them found a place and sat down to rest. Jiang Chongkong took out some food and water from his backpack and distributed them to Ji Xiling. Ji Xiling came in a hurry and didn't bring any supplies. Taking out the notebook, Jiang Chongkong looked through it. He, who had already reached the peak of astral chi, might not be able to see the night as bright as day, but reading a book was not a problem for him. This notebook recorded the experiences of the 3 of them, as well as their understanding of the area outside the city. The land outside Rivertown was called the Star Desolate Plains. Countless star demon hid there. Some edible star demons were also recorded. There were also records of nearby water sources. The distribution and habits of the star demon, which star demon appeared in pairs, and which star demon moved alone, were all recorded. The Star Desolate Plains at night was even more dangerous. Even Ji Xiling didn't dare to wander around recklessly. Moreover, the marks were small and hidden, making it harder to find. They could only rest. Nibbling on the food, Ji Xiling glanced at the notebook in his hand and couldn't help but be disappointed. It's actually not those unique copies. If I had known, I would have brought a few. Jiang Changkong. At this time, you still have the mood to miss those unique copies? Jiang Changkong said impatiently, you should be worried about whether your friend Ing Yanxue will be in danger. I just got the news. She's not in danger. Ji Xiling pouted and looked at her phone. She was saved by that kid, Zhang Hua. Zhang Hua? Jiang Changkong asked. Is he from the school too? Then there's nothing to worry about. I'm more worried because he's from the school. Ji Xiling clenched her snow-white fist and said angrily, that kid also completed the 4-year college entrance exam. He's been eyeing Yanxue for a long time. Now that he's saved Yanxue, who knows how to please him? He even took their phones. I'm so angry. Took their phones? Isn't that a little too much? Jiang Changkong frowned. It's not too much. Sighing slightly, Ji Xiling said, the vice principal sent a letter saying that it's related to the special star demon. Zhang Hua has the right to block the information. Jiang Changkong opened his mouth but didn't know what to say. Special star demon had special skills. This kind of thing definitely wouldn't be leaked. This was a very strong reason. After thinking for a while, he asked, what should we do? Go back tomorrow? I'm not going back. When we find them, you go back. Ji Xiling glared at him and said, follow me first. If there are any mid-grade grade 2 star stones along the way, help me carry them. When we find them, you go back. I can't give you the mid-grade grade 2 star stones. The rest are yours. Senior, do you want me to go back that much? It's no problem for me to carry the star stones for you. I'll keep the grade 1 ones for you too. Jiang Changkong was confused. Also, don't worry. I'll go back alone? I don't want grade 1. If it wasn't for buying gifts for Yanxue, I wouldn't even bother to earn star stones in the school. As for you, with your power and this notebook, going back to the city is no problem. Ji Xiling waved her hand. That's settled. When we find them, you go back by yourself. I'll go find my Yanxue. Jiang Changkong. Ji Xiling was right. As long as he didn't encounter a cosmic cloud state star demon, there would be no problem. The notebook recorded the location of the star demon. As long as he avoided it carefully and didn't court death, returning to the city would be no problem. He still wanted to say something, but Ji Xiling had finished her food. She sat down and closed her eyes. She didn't give him a chance to speak. Jiang Changkong felt helpless. There didn't seem to be much use for him to go. Those people were basically cosmic cloud state. It was related to the special star demon. If he went, he would only be a burden. He might as well follow his previous plan and rampage through the star demon's territory. Essence, energy, and spirit. 23613 soon. He would be able to perfect the Tai Chi scripture and upgrade the water-shattering 3-strike. On the 3rd day, the two continued their journey and encountered the star demon again. It was the special star demon again. It took Ing Yanxue's phone and the star demon again. Clearly, it didn't want Ji Xiling to go. However, this benefited Jiang Changkong. Ji Xiling, his good brother, generously gave everything to him. As for these star stones, which were at most second-tier low-grade star stones, they were not interested in a single one. She would only take a mid-stage cosmic cloud state star demon. In the evening, the two finally saw Ing Yanxue and the others. More than 10 people gathered together and roasted a star demon. Ji Xiling glared at him. I'm going to find my Yanxue. If you're a brother, go back. You value your lover over your friend. Jiang Changkong curled his lips. Ji Xiling ignored him and walked over. Jiang Changkong didn't follow. He looked at his essence, qi, and spirit, 36213. This was the reason why Ji Xiling didn't give him a grade 2 low-grade star stone. Along the way, they encountered almost all cosmic cloud state star demons. Decisively, Jiang Changkong completed Tai Chi to perfection. A powerful yet gentle force rose from his body. His astral force almost skyrocketed. The injuries in his body quickly recovered under this gentle power. In just a few seconds, his injuries were almost completely healed. The force rune in his body became thicker. His astral force doubled. Jiang Chongkong. Astral Chi Peak Stage Low Level, Low Grade Martial Art, Bronze Skin Metal Bone Art, 32,000/32,000 Tai Chi Scripture, 32,000/32,000 Water Shattering 3 Strikes, Beginner 0 out of 10 Essence, Chi, Spirit, 414-inch Ji Xiling. Where's Jiang Chongkong? He didn't come with you? A voice suddenly entered Jiang Chongkong's ears and woke him up. Ask me? Chapter 26. Zhang Hua, I have asked Chongkong to go back. Ji Xiling looked at the young man in front of her and said lightly, Where is Wu Jun? How dare you come out and face your death? Ji Xiling. Zhang Hua looked at her calmly and coldly. Are you trying to protect Jiang Chongkong? Ji Xiling was stunned. Protect? Jiang Chongkong claimed to have brought troops to help. Yanxue and the others fought with all their might, but not a single soldier appeared. Are you trying to kill them by spreading false information? Now you are asking him to go first. If this is not protecting him, then what is? Zhang Hua said coldly. Bullsh *T, Chongkong risked his life to come here. I have seen the information. Wu Jun is asking for it. Ji Xiling said coldly, Don't think that I don't know what you are thinking. Xiling. In Yanxue, who had already changed into a clean set of white clothes, walked over. Senior Xiling. Zhou Wen also walked over. Yanxue, you look pale. You must be seriously injured. Let's go back to the city. Ji Xiling pulled in Yanxue and was about to leave. In Yanxue was seriously injured before. In order to open a path for everyone, she was injured again. Her face was as pale as paper. Ji Xiling, this is too much. Zhang Hua snorted and said, This is related to the special star demon. Stay here quietly. If you go back to the city and the news is leaked, who will be responsible? Xiling, let's leave it like this for now. We will talk about it after you recover. In Yanxue frowned slightly. Zhang Hua obviously would not let them go. His reason was strong enough. If Ji Xiling took them away by force, Zhang Hua would report to the school that the news was leaked and the special star demon was taken away. Wouldn't that be unfair? At that time, they would be blamed for it and say that it was because of them. Then, should they compensate Zhang Hua with a special skill? Zhang Hua said coldly, Ji Xiling, I won't blame you this time. You released Jiang Chongkong without permission. I hope you won't cause any trouble. Ji Xiling snorted, You know the truth. You can find someone else to take the blame, but don't think of using my brother to take the blame. This time, Wu Jun's sudden roar almost killed Ing Yanxue and the others. One of them had died on the spot. If this matter were to be investigated, someone would be the scapegoat. Wu Jun was working for Zhang Hua, so of course, he couldn't let him take the blame. The best candidate was Jiang Chongkong. Jiang Chongkong watched from the dark and carefully retreated. He was so angry that he almost exploded. Zhang Hua, Wu Jun, it's clearly your doing, yet you want me to take the blame? No wonder Ji Xiling didn't want me to follow them. It was obvious that she knew about this. After pondering for a while, Jiang Chongkong retreated. However, he didn't go far. He wanted to follow. This group's daily meals consisted of hunting the star demon. They all had backpacks. They didn't need to count on the star stones, but they couldn't take the corpses away. He could also hunt the star demon nearby and see what the special star demon looked like. After making up his mind, Jiang Chongkong sat down nearby and checked his notes while waiting for the sun to rise. The night passed peacefully without any surprises or dangers. Zhang Hua and the others left early while Jiang Chongkong followed them in the dark. The group carried the injured along the way, so they couldn't go very fast. Along the way, they encountered the star demon. Zhang Hua and the others killed it for the star stones and left the corpses behind. Behind them, There were the occasional dumb star demon. They were all cosmic chi states. Jiang Chongkong killed them directly. These guys wouldn't let go of a cosmic cloud state star demon. They would have killed it themselves. He could tell that Zhang Hua wasn't in a rush to kill the special star demon. He was fawning over Ing Yanxue every day. Ji Xiling was so angry that she almost started a fight with Zhang Hua. However, Zhang Hua was the one in charge. She couldn't do anything about it. While they were setting up camp to roast the star demon, Jiang Chongkong went searching for the star demon. If it was a cosmic cloud state, he would retreat. If it was a cosmic chi state, he would kill it. With his current power, he was confident he could even kill a primary stage cosmic chi state. However, he didn't want to attract too much attention, so he gave up. His Tai Chi broke through, and his astral force almost doubled. If he faced Zhang Tao and Li He again, he could beat them with one hand. Soon, Jiang Chongkong found a few star demon that were at the peak of the cosmic chi state. He charged out and punched through their skulls. The other star demons' claws landed on their bodies. Clank! A crisp sound rang out, as if gold and iron had struck each other. There was not even a scratch. Moreover, the shock injuries were also gone. His defense was too strong. Even more than 10 star demon at the peak of the cosmic chi state wouldn't be able to injure him. He killed 5 star demon at the peak of the cosmic chi state and collected 2,500 essence chi before going back. Roar! A low and deep roar could be heard. Not long after, many star demons passed through the weeds and blocked his way. Jiang Chongkong's expression didn't change. They were all cosmic chi states. He killed them. Something's wrong. Jiang Chongkong's heart skipped a beat as he killed the star demon along the way. According to the notes, there seemed to be a lot of star demons here. As he followed, there would be more and more, and the star demon would become stronger. After killing a star demon with one punch, Jiang Chongkong couldn't even be bothered to dig out the star stones. There were many star demons nearby, but he wasn't afraid. There were no cosmic cloud states. One star demon after another charged at him. Jiang Chongkong wasn't afraid of the attacks. With one punch, a star demon died. The star demon fell one after another. Their essence chi was extracted, emitting a putrid stench. The clanging sound could not be heard. The star demon's attacks were all ineffective. It was just sending away his essence, chi, and spirit. After killing the last star demon, Jiang Chongkong extracted his essence chi and left quickly. It was already dark. If he stayed any longer, there would be more star demons. Taking a look at his essence, chi, and spirit, Zhang Xian saw that he had already accumulated more than 10,000. Just now, he had killed 20 of them. If this continues, I can improve rapidly. Jiang Chongkong's heart was racing. The land of the star demon was his paradise. Of course, this was only if he had the power to deal with it. Zhang Hua and the others had finished eating the star demon and were resting. Jiang Chongkong continued to flip through the note. Even if he finished, he would read it again and try to memorize everything. The next day, Zhang Hua and the others didn't leave. They went into the grass to search for the star demon. Jiang Chongkong heard that they were going to stay here for a few days to let Ing Yanxue recuperate from her injuries. Those who came to hunt the star demon were all cosmic cloud state martial artists. Jiang Chongkong didn't follow them. He chose the opposite direction to hunt the star demon. It was better that they didn't leave. He could hunt the star demon and improve himself. Basic sword art only required 500 or so. Low level, low grade, perfection required 42,500. He wanted to upgrade the water-shattering 3 strikes to perfection, so he needed 43,000. During the day, there were also many star demon. Jiang Chongkong easily found the star demon. He engaged in close combat, allowing the star demon's blood to splatter all over his body. Jiang Chongkong reeked of blood, but he didn't care. He had new clothes in his backpack that he could change into. After killing, He kept a large piece of star demon meat and barbecued it for consumption. His dry rations were almost finished, and his water supply was almost depleted. He had to find a water source. The star demon meat without seasoning was also unpalatable, especially when it wasn't barbecued well. It was hard, even though he had good teeth. He ate casually and continued to kill the star demon. After a day, Jiang Chongkong gained more than 20,000 essence, spirit, and spirit. Including the previous amount, his essence, spirit, and spirit were 31,830. If I knew this would happen, I wouldn't have followed Ji Xiling. Jiang Chongkong curled his lip. Of course, he was just saying it. If he didn't follow Ji Xiling, he would be able to kill the star demon, but he wouldn't be able to find the star demon's gathering place. He still needed more than 10,000 to perfect the water-shattering 3-strike. He would be able to do it tomorrow. Chapter 27. During the day, he would kill the star demon. At night, he would stay near Zhang Hua and the others. Jiang Chongkong continued hunting the star demon the next day. This time, he continued until 4 in the afternoon. Essence, Qi, Spirit. 43830, he had successfully leveled up 3 strokes of breaking water to the next level, 3 strokes of traceless. The astral power in his body had also increased by a lot. It was a perfect fusion. If he had only cultivated the art of bronze skin and iron bone, the astral force would be 1, and the Tai Chi scripture would be 2. The perfect 3 strokes of traceless meant 3. It was almost 3 times the astral power of the same rank. Jiang Chongkong wondered if his star power could be increased infinitely if he cultivated more of the basics. But after thinking about it, he decided to give up. Regardless of how much essence, qi, and spirit he needed, there was always a limit. Placing all his attention on the star qi stage would only delay his own development. 3 martial arts were more than enough for him. There was the Taiji fist scripture for close combat. His weapon was the traceless 3 blades. For defense, he had the bronze skin iron bone technique. He was not lacking anything else. Without any hesitation, he leveled up all 3 martial arts at the same time. The astral power in his body increased again and started to circulate and condense automatically. In his mind, many comprehensions surged. The astral power automatically moved along a new route and condensed into a cloud. Qi condensed into a cloud, reaching the cosmic cloud state. Jiang Chongkong still couldn't use his inner vision, but he could feel the formation of clouds. The strength in his body was also greatly enhanced, and his bones once again let out a popping sound. The surface of his body shone with a bronze light, and he could sense even the slightest movement around him. His 5 senses were enhanced. A clump of qi in Xiao Chen's body quickly spun, and a Taiji diagram appeared from the inside out. The Taiji diagram seemed real and illusory at the same time. It seemed to be real, but it was also illusory. Jiang Chongkong. Early Nebula. Low-rank middle-grade martial arts bronze skin iron bone skill. Initiated 1/1000 Tai Chi scripture. Beginner 1/1000 traceless 3 blades. Beginner 1/1000 essence, Qi and spirit. 77. 8 His essence, Qi, and spirit shrunk by 10 times again. This made him very glad that he had chosen to complete all 3 martial arts and level up at the same time. Although the names didn't change, the 3 martial arts were much stronger. When the bronze skin metal bone technique was cultivated to the extreme, one could condense another force pattern. Not only was he impervious to swords and spears, but even the basic Nebula Star Demon would find it hard to break his defense. When the introductory points were maxed out, the attacks of the early stage Nebula Star Demon could be ignored. The Taiji Sutra cultivated both internal and external cultivation. The Qi cloud in one's body could transform into a Taiji diagram to protect one's body. Taiji's power dissipation had also been strengthened. At the early stage of the nebula, he could dissipate 80% of the force. Those in the middle stage could also reduce 60%, those in the late stage could reduce 40%, and those in the peak stage could only reduce 20%. More importantly, the Taiji diagram could be separated from the body to fight. The traceless 3 blades was an upgraded version of the water-breaking 3 blades. It was no longer just water-breaking, but killing without leaving a trace. The names of the 3 moves were very ordinary: Traceless Blade, Traceless Blade, Traceless Blade, and Traceless Blade. Although he had not used it before, Jiang Chongkong had no doubt about the power of the 3 traceless blades. Feeling the increase in his strength, Jiang Chongkong continued to flip through the notebook. There was a water source nearby recorded in the notebook. He could go look for it tomorrow. At dawn, after confirming that they would not be in a hurry, Jiang Chongkong put on his backpack and went into the weed. This time, when he encountered the star demon, he waved his hand and a Taiji symbol flew out. Boom! The Taiji symbol landed, and the star demon at the peak of astral energy directly exploded. Essence, spirit, and energy. 50. Even the star stones shrank. Jiang Chongkong was a little depressed, but it was not unacceptable. In the wasteland where the star demon ran rampant, Jiang Chongkong destroyed the star demon along the way, extracted his essence, spirit, and energy, and headed for the water source. An hour later, Jiang Chongkong pushed aside the weeds and saw a river flowing slowly in front of him. The river was clear. Ever since the star demon overflowed, the river water had been purified by the radiation of astral energy. The sweet river water was extremely clear. The fish swimming in it could be seen clearly. There was no star demon by the river. Jiang Chongkong opened his backpack and took out a bottle of water. He did not throw away the empty bottles. In this place, no one would throw them away anyway. Everyone relied on the bottles to store water. After filling all 5 bottles, Jiang Chongkong gulped down a bottle and filled it with water again. Thump thump! The ground suddenly shook. Slightly deafening footsteps could be heard, accompanied by the roar of the star demon. Jiang Chongkong's gaze changed slightly. He suddenly turned around. 8 star demon had appeared. The leader was even at the early stage of nebula. He heaved a sigh of relief. This star demon team could be easily dealt with by him. Roar! The star demon had also discovered him. It roared and directly pounced over. Putting down his backpack, Jiang Chongkong directly pounced over with the Taiji symbol following him. The illusory Taiji symbol spread out from inside to outside, spreading a few inches outside of his body and slowly rotating. Boom! The star demon's attack landed. All kinds of starlight shot out in all directions and were all dissipated. As for the early stage nebula star demon, 80% of its attack was also dissipated. Jiang Chongkong's fist landed. The power of extreme strength exploded. Boom! The Taiji symbol exploded, and a bowl-sized wound appeared. Blood flowed out. The nebula star demon was directly sent flying. In close combat, he ignored the star demon's attack. Jiang Chongkong's fist landed on the star demon. The star demon's blood splattered, but it was blocked by the Taiji symbol. This was a good effect. It didn't dirty his clothes. With a swing of his fist, the star demon exploded. Its bones were all shattered, and it almost turned into a bloody mist. Luckily, Lu Zhe stopped in time. The heavily injured cosmic cloud state star demon's ferocious nature was stimulated. It charged over crazily. Jiang Chongkong once again punched out. This time, his fist landed on Jiang Chongkong's head and penetrated it. With the death of the cosmic cloud state star demon, the rest of the star demon had an easier time. The Taiji symbol passed through, and the star demon exploded one after another, turning into corpses. Extracting essence, chi, and spirit, the star demon only had 120 star stones and corpses left. Total income: 420. Carrying his backpack, Jiang Chongkong returned the way he came. Along the way, he killed the star demon with one punch. After increasing his power, it was easier to kill the star demon. He kept killing until noon. His essence, qi, and spirit were almost 1,000. It was more important to eat and keep an eye on them. What are these two guys doing? Just when he took a bite of the star demon meat, he saw Wu Jun sneaking away from the crowd with a guy. Are they giving me a chance? Jiang Chongkong left the star demon meat and followed. Wu Jun almost tricked him to death. He didn't forget about this. Other than wanting to see the special star demon, the biggest reason he followed was because of this revenge. Of course, he was also worried that Zhang Hua and Wu Jun would try to trick him. As for Ji Xiling and Ing Yanxue, they were both top students. Zhang Hua could only play some tricks to annoy them. Moreover, Jiang Chongkong wouldn't be able to help him even if he wanted to play some tricks. It was never too late for a gentleman to take revenge. Even a gentleman could hold a grudge for 10 years, let alone a guy who wasn't a gentleman. The two came to the weeds. The young man whispered to Wu Jun, "I will ask Zhou Wen to come out before 4 in the afternoon. You hide and kill him." Wu Jun's expression changed. "Didn't you say that I only need to save the damsel in distress? Why do you want to kill him?" The young man sneered. "One died before. Zhou Wen is an eyesore. This is Senior's idea." Jiang Chongkong took the blame for the one who died before. Wu Jun was still a little unwilling. The star demon's death was at most an accident, and someone else took the blame. If he dealt with Zhou Wen now, it would be a clear murder. "You saw the news about Jiang Chongkong. It's your fault. Also, if you don't do it, Senior can't protect you." The young man looked at him with contempt. "Li Yuantong, you cut the crap? It's not your fault." Li Yuantong snorted. "Set up an ambush before 4. After saying that, he left without giving Wu Jun a chance to refute. Wu Jun hesitated for a moment before gritting his teeth. "Fine. I'll kill Zhou Wen and then Jiang Chongkong. I'll hide everything." Jiang Chongkong's eyes were cold. He quietly left. Chapter 28. Jiang Chongkong went to kill the star demon again. He didn't even eat the star demon meat. However, there were more important things to do next. He had to increase his strength first. They killed until 3 o'clock in the afternoon before stopping. Essence, Qi, Spirit, 1550 without any hesitation, Zhang Xian used 1,000 points and added them to the art of bronze skin metal bone, raising it to minor accomplishment. This martial art was his foundation and also the guarantee of his life. Only by continuously improving the bronze skin iron bone could he run amok and crush all others of the same level. His bronze skin metal bone art had been strengthened, and his strength had naturally broken through to the midstage of the nebula realm. His astral power increased, his 5 senses became stronger, and his force patterns became thicker. His defense power had also increased. Early-stage nebula clouds couldn't hurt him anymore. Jiang Chongkong. Middle nebula, low-rank middle-grade martial arts, bronze skin iron bone skill. Initial success January 4000 Aichi scripture. Beginner 1/1000 traceless 3 blades. Beginner 1/1000 essence, energy, and spirit. 550 feeling his own strength, Jiang Chongkong was slightly satisfied. Now, he was confident he could beat a mid-stage nebula cultivator. Although only the art of bronze skin and iron bone had been strengthened, his astral power and strength were universal. The other 2 martial arts had also indirectly improved. Martial arts are divided into low, medium, high, and peak. There are also high, medium, and low levels. Jiang Chongkong muttered. Iron Mantle leveled up and became low-tier bronze skin iron bones. From the looks of it, they corresponded to the 3 realms of Star Qi, Star Cloud, and Star Sea. What if it reached the intermediate level? What would the Taiji Sutra and the Traceless 3 strokes be like when they reached the intermediate level? In fact, in the future, he might even reach the pinnacle of the advanced level. Jiang Chongkong shook his head. It was very far away. Jiang Chongkong stared at Wu Jun. Seeing that Wu Jun had left, Jiang Chongkong secretly followed after him. This time, he was smart. He turned on his phone and prepared to record the evidence. As long as you have this evidence, you want to make me a scapegoat? If I kill you, you deserve it. Jiang Chongkong followed Wu Jun away from the crowd. When he saw Wu Jun hiding in the weeds, he quietly switched on his phone. Not long after, two figures with sharp swords in their hands came side by side. Brother Zhouwen, let's forget about the grudge between you and Wu Jun, Li Yuantong said as he walked. Zhouwen remained silent. Li Yuantong continued, as long as you push all the blame onto Jiang Chongkong, Senior Zhang Hua will guarantee your graduation. In the future, when Senior Zhang Hua gains a foothold outside, he can also help you. So much nonsense. Zhouwen glanced at him and said coldly, Chongkong risked his life to save me, so how could I frame him? It's fine if Wu Jun keeps his mouth shut about this matter, but if he dares to mess around, I'll definitely report it to the principal. Li Yuantong's face darkened. Don't be so shameless. Who do you think you are? Do you really think that Ng Yanxue will like you? Zhouwen's expression remained unchanged as he said coldly, You don't have to worry about it. Li Yuantong threatened, You better think this through. Your injuries haven't healed yet. The people who died here were all killed by the Star Demon. Zhouwen's expression turned cold as he retreated. You dare to kill me? Senior Ji Xiling is not far away. This place is quite a distance away from them. Li Yuantong smiled coldly and stabbed out with his sword. Starlight bloomed. I never thought that you would return alive. How dare you? Zhouwen roared and slashed his sword across the sky. Starlight shone brightly as the golden sword ray sliced through the sky. Boom! The two swords collided and the astral power spread everywhere. The surrounding weeds were crushed and the soil was sent flying. The astral power surged in all directions and both of them staggered back. As Zhouwen retreated, he swung his sword to deflect the aftershock. Die! Wu Jun, who had been hiding for a long time, finally came out. He leaped into the air and pointed his sword at Zhouwen's back. At this point, he couldn't let Zhouwen live. Wu Jun. Zhouwen's expression changed and his heart sank. The aftershock had yet to dissipate and the killing intent had arrived. This time, he would be severely injured even if he didn't die. The weeds swayed and a figure pounced towards Wu Jun's sword. There's someone else? Wu Jun was shocked, but when he saw who it was, he smiled. Jiang Chongkong, you're courting death. Great, I don't have to wait until I return to the city to solve this problem. Chongkong, Zhouwen hurriedly called out to stop him. Jiang Chongkong didn't have time to explain. The Tai Chi diagram appeared in his palm. The yin-yang fish rotated slightly and met Wu Jun's sword. The astral power shot out in all directions and was deflected by 80%. Astral power surged from his palm and he grabbed the sword. Clang! The sound of metal clashing could be heard, but the sharp sword couldn't hurt Wu Jun at all. How is this possible? Wu Jun's eyes widened in disbelief. His sword was caught by Qin Fan and he didn't even get a scratch? Brother One, leave this to me. I won't let you go. After Jiang Chongkong finished speaking, he directly rushed towards Wu Jun. He could tell that the sword was only an inferior grade second stage sword. If it was an intermediate grade second stage sword, it should have made him feel some pain. But he didn't feel anything. The sword couldn't hurt him. Zhouwen was shocked, but it wasn't the time to talk. Seeing that Qin Fan was strong enough to deal with Wu Jun, Qin Fan didn't say anything else and pounced at Li Yuantong. Wu Jun's heart sank. The sword light flashed again and the crimson sword chi slashed down. Protected by the Tai Chi diagram, Jiang Chongkong wasn't afraid at all. The astral power in his body surged at the same time. Although he had just reached the midstage of the nebula, he had practiced 3 martial arts, so his astral power was 3 times stronger than others of the same level. Even though Wu Jun had been in the midstage of the nebula for a long time, he was still far inferior to Qin Fan. Astral power and force print burst out at the same time. His fist was restrained and there was no wind, as if it was an ordinary punch. Only a Taiji diagram that seemed both real and illusory seemed extraordinary. Boom! The fist fell and the crimson sword chi was annihilated. The huge force mixed with the powerful astral power hit the sword. Bang! Under the immense force, the webbing between Wu Jun's thumb and forefinger ruptured, causing him to lose his grip on his sword. Feeling as though he had been struck by a heavy hammer, Wu Jun spurted a mouthful of blood. "You're in the mid-stage of the nebula." Wu Jun couldn't believe it. He was only at the peak of astral power before. How long had it been? He had already reached the mid-stage of the nebula realm? Jiang Chongkong didn't answer and attacked again. Clang! With a single punch, blood splattered everywhere. His body staggered and his sword trembled. Then, he punched again. Astral power burst out and the fist force passed through the sword to Zhou Wen's body. Crack! Arg! The sound of bones breaking was heard. The sword fell and Wu Jun screamed in pain. "Wu Jun!" Li Yuantong yelled anxiously. "Take care of yourself first." Zhou Wen sneered and clung to Li Yuantong. Li Yuantong's heart was filled with anxiety. His originally perfect plan had not only failed, but he might even die here. He wanted to escape, but Zhou Wen wasn't weak either. Even if he hadn't fully recovered from his injuries, holding him back was enough. Bang! One punch after another, Wu Jun couldn't fight back at all. They were both in the mid-stage of the nebula. Even though Jiang Chongkong had just broken through, he could still defeat people of the same level. He was confident that he could even kill a late-stage nebula cultivator. Jiang Chongkong punched again and the astral power and fist force went into Wu Jun's body. Crack, crack, a series of explosions rang out, and all the bones in Wu Jun's body broke. He turned into a pile of mush and fell to the ground. After dealing with Wu Jun, Jiang Chongkong turned around and pounced at Li Yuantong. Li Yuantong panicked and said hurriedly, "I'm Senior Zhang Hua's man. Senior Zhang Hua is a super genius. The school." Before he finished, Jiang Chongkong's fist had already landed and Li Yuantong was sent flying. Blood splashed. Zhou Wen was stunned, but Jiang Chongkong didn't. He pounced at Li Yuantong without hesitation. There was no wind when he punched. It looked ordinary, but it contained the essence of restraint. Blood spurted out again. Li Yuantong was seriously injured and couldn't fight back at all. One punch after another, Jiang Chongkong didn't hold back at all. He dispersed the astral power before it was released. "Chongkong, he'll die if you keep hitting him," Zhou Wen said. "Are you going to keep him alive to harm us?" Jiang Chongkong frowned. Zhou Wen said, "Then kill him." Chapter 29. Zhou Wen didn't try to persuade him anymore. Jiang Chongkong was right. They deserved to die. Zhou Wen wouldn't be soft-hearted towards those who wanted to harm him. Jiang Chongkong let go. "Brother Wen is right. We can't kill them." Zhou Wen was stunned again. "Didn't you just say that they would be a scourge if they weren't killed?" Jiang Chongkong walked to the weeds, picked up his phone, turned off the recording, and saved it. Then, he walked to Wu Jun, who was a pile of mud. Before he could say anything, he stepped on him. Zhou Wen suddenly realized that this guy had recorded it. After returning to the city with this recording, he knew that they were the ones who killed them. However, there was no evidence. There was only evidence to prove that they wanted to kill Zhou Wen and Jiang Chongkong. As for them, they could push all the blame to the Star Demon. They could say that they didn't care after crippling the two of them. What did their enemies' lives have to do with them? Being eaten by the Star Demon was their bad luck. "Don't kill me. Spare me. I will never." Li Yuantong was so scared that he peed his pants and begged for mercy. However, Jiang Chongkong rejected him. He punched and broke his heart meridian. "Chongkong, your improvement speed is really fast. Mid-stage of nebula?" Zhou Wen looked at him with a complicated expression. He didn't expect that an ordinary person he knew would catch up to him in such a short time. No, he had surpassed him. "Let's leave here first." Jiang Chongkong took him away. The two of them left the battlefield. Jiang Chongkong extracted their essence, qi, and spirit. It was only 200 compared to the star demon, equivalent to a mid-grade second-stage star stone. Essence, qi, and spirit. 950 soon, he would be able to improve another martial art. He had also taken a part of his revenge. It was wonderful. Jiang Chongkong took Zhou away from the battlefield. He chose to avoid the star demon along the way. Chongkong, it's all thanks to you, Zhou said gratefully. You are strong, talented, and loyal. I didn't misjudge you. When they were besieged by the star demon, Jiang Chongkong risked his life to come here. Just now, he was almost killed, but Jiang Chongkong saved him. This brother was worth it. Feeling agitated for a long time, Zhou felt his blood rush to his head. Senior is right. Brothers are the most loyal. Jiang Chongkong was a little happy and wanted to hear a few more words of praise from him. He maintained his silence and smiled. Zhou continued, Brother, didn't you leave? Jiang Chongkong, why aren't you praising him anymore? Zhou, you're pretty King shameless. He curled his lips and said, I don't have anything else to say. Tell me what happened. What else could it be? Didn't you say that you brought 3 soldiers with you? Jiang Chongkong revealed everything and said, Wu Jun almost killed me, how could I let it go? I never found a chance, so I kept following them. This time, I happened to hear that they were going to deal with Brother One. Zhou face was filled with anger. Zhang Hua is a scumbag. He actually used so many despicable methods to woo Senior Yanxue. Brother One, what do you plan to do next? Why don't we go back to the city? Jiang Chongkong asked. I'm not going back. What's the point of going back to the city now? Zhou face was slightly cold. Senior Yanxue and Senior Xiling are also very angry. Let's continue to follow them. When Yanxue recovers, beat Zhang Hua up and leave directly. Jiang Chongkong narrowed his eyes and said, Or even kill him? We can't kill him. Zhou shook his head. They are all super top students in the school. Moreover, Zhang Hua has 2 super top students with him. Jiang Chongkong was slightly shocked. 3 peak nebula cultivators? Zhou nodded helplessly. If it weren't for the 2 peak nebula cultivators following him, Zhang Hua wouldn't have the guts to do so. Ji Xiling and Yanxue together were 2 peak nebula cultivators. Wouldn't it be easy for them to beat Zhang Hua? But there were 3 of them. Then it's useless for us to follow them. Even if something happens, we can't do anything. Jiang Chongkong thought for a moment and sighed. Although he had reached the middle stage of nebula, there was still a gap between him and the peak nebula cultivator. We're just following them. It's best to collect evidence about Zhang Hua. Zhou face was cold. As long as we get the evidence, Zhang Hua will vomit blood. The school's baby won't deal with it even if we get the evidence, right? Jiang Chongkong muttered. Even if the Federation intervenes, the school's power can be preserved. Senior sister told you about the professional warrior certificate, right? Zhou whispered. As long as there's a stain, Zhang Hua won't be able to become a professional warrior. It's a huge loss for him in this life. Oh? There are benefits to being a professional warrior? Jiang Chongkong's eyebrows twitched. Ji Xiling had told him about the professional warrior certificate, but she didn't say how many benefits there were. Except for one person who could carry a weapon and walk around blindly. Of course, who would do something without benefits? Zhou smiled and explained. Other than carrying a weapon, a professional warrior also proved one thing. He was a clean person. There were many geniuses in this world, and there were also many super scholars. Under the same circumstances, a clean person must be used first. Moreover, professional warriors could also participate in the warrior competition organized by the Federation and receive generous reward. Other than that, there were all kinds of good jobs and errands that only professional warriors could do. Doesn't that mean that those who aren't professional warriors will lose a lot of benefits in this life? Jiang Changkong was deep in thought. His heart was beating like a drum. Who didn't make mistakes? He didn't think that he wouldn't make mistakes. Not necessarily. It all boils down to strength. Zhou Wen chuckled. If you have enough strength, or if you have a big shot to vouch for you, you can wash away some of the stains. But, among us students, who has the strength? Who knows a big shot? Jiang Changkong understood. This way, he wouldn't be afraid anymore. In the end, those who had the strength could do whatever they wanted, and those who didn't would keep a low profile. If he could get some evidence of Zhang Hua's stain, it would definitely anger him to death. The super scholar's treatment would also be discounted. I'll give you my phone. I'll go kill the star demon nearby. Jiang Changkong didn't want to stay here forever. With Zhou Wen watching him, he could kill the star demon without worry. Your strength has already surpassed mine. I'm not worried about your safety. Leave 2 bottles of water for me. I'll make a mark, Zhou Wen said. If the two of them separated, once Zhang Hua and the others left, he would follow. If Jiang Changkong didn't return, he could chase after him according to the mark. After setting a mark and saying that he would come back at night, Jiang Changkong gave him his backpack and turned to leave. He would be able to upgrade another martial art soon. He couldn't wait. After experiencing the huge improvement that the star demon gave him, he had to upgrade it to the fullest this time. The peak of Nebula might be a little difficult, but the late stage of Nebula would be a piece of cake. He turned around and disappeared into the weeds like a tiger released into the forest. Jiang Changkong was no longer restricted. When he encountered the star demon, he went on a killing spree. Not long after, he gathered 1,000 points and upgraded the Taiji Sutra. He continued killing until the sky turned dark before returning to Zhou Wen's side. Zhou Wen's expression was a little strange. Jiang Changkong was puzzled. What's wrong? Zhang Hua found 2 corpses and sent people to search, but they found nothing. Isn't that good? Jiang Changkong said. Their corpses stink. They seem to have been dead for a long time. Jiang Changkong's expression didn't change. Maybe it's because of some special reason. Is there a star demon that makes corpses stink? It would be strange if they didn't stink after all their essence, energy, and spirit were extracted. I haven't seen it before, but I can't rule out the possibility, Zhou Wen said. Chapter 30. A long time ago, heaven and earth split open and countless star demon rushed into the world. The stars in the sky sprinkled endless starlight, starting the era of cultivation. And this star demon can also absorb star power to improve itself, Zhou Wen explained. This was all the knowledge taught by the school. Jiang Changkong hadn't entered the martial arts school yet, so he listened quietly. There were many types of star demon, but no one knew how many there were. Although it was strange that the corpse started to stink right after it was killed, it was more believable to say that it was the work of the star demon. Jiang Changkong didn't ask any more questions. He looked in the direction of Zhang Hua and the others and asked, "Anything else?" "Nothing for now," Zhou Wen said. "But they won't be at ease until they see my corpse." The two chatted for a while more, then went to rest. The next morning, Jiang Changkong went to hunt the star demon while Zhou Wen continued to monitor him. With his current hunting speed, he could level up 1 martial art a day. He didn't know if it was because he had killed too many star demon nearby or something else. He didn't encounter many star demon the whole day. The surroundings were empty. His essence, energy, and spirit were only at 850. Just a little bit more, but it should be fine tomorrow. There was still no movement. Ji Xiling and Ing Yanxue were also doing well. But their phones were confiscated, so they couldn't contact the outside world. Ing Yanxue's injuries were mostly recovered, and Zhou Wen's injuries were almost healed. Jiang Changkong didn't want to care about these things. He just wanted to kill the star demon and improve himself as soon as possible. Therefore, he left as soon as the sky brightened and returned at sunset. After leaving Zhou, he went to the river again. The star demon also needed to drink water. Instead of searching aimlessly, it was better to wait here. Roar. Not long after arriving at the water source, he saw 4 star demon drinking water. One of them was in the middle stage of nebula. The other 3 star demon were only at the peak of nebula. Without hesitation, Jiang Chongkong rushed out. The Tai Chi scripture and iron skin had both reached the initial success stage. He could easily crush a mid-stage nebula cultivator. As the Taiji fist landed, a Taiji diagram that looked both real and illusory flew out and directly enveloped the 3-star demon at the peak of the Star Chi realm. Bang bang! The 3-star demon exploded, and the star demon charged at Jiang Chongkong. As the punch landed, the Taiji dispelled the force. The vigorous star power and the power pattern vibrated at the same time. The punch shattered the star demon's sharp claws and pierced through it. Roar! The star demon roared and howled in pain as it tore at him. He dodged to the side and threw a punch at the star demon's neck. Poochie! Crack! His tendons and bones broke, and his fist penetrated the star demon's neck. Blood gushed out. The Taiji diagram appeared and isolated the blood. Medium Nebula Star Demon. Essence Chi Spirit, 250. 3 Peak Nebula Demons, 50 each. Essence, Energy, Spirit, 1250. 3 Traceless Strikes. The astral power in his body increased again, and his understanding of the 3 traceless strikes also appeared in his mind. It was as if he had practiced it for many years, and it was engraved into his bones. The power pattern in his body also grew a little stronger. Jiang Chongkong, Medium Nebula Low Level, Middle Grade Martial Arts, Bronze Skin Metal Bone Art, Initial Success January 4000 Taiji Scripture, Initial Success January 4000 3 Traceless Strikes, Initial Success January 4000 Essence, Energy, Spirit, 250. Feeling the vast astral power in his body and the vigorous blood, his 5 senses also became stronger. He would be able to surpass the top student in no time. After looking around, Jiang Chongkong squatted by the river. Soon, a few more star demon at the peak of the Star Chi realm came, but they were a little far away from him. Jiang Chongkong quickly ran over and killed the star demon. This time, he didn't extract the essence, energy, and spirit. Instead, he let the star demon bleed. He let it dry and piled up the corpses before hiding at the side. He let the essence, energy, and spirit slowly dissipate. He automatically extracted the dissipated ones. Roar! A roar was heard. A star demon sniffed and came to the river. It didn't look at the river and went straight to the corpses. The star demon ate the corpses, completely unaware that it was a trap. Only one at the peak of the Star Chi realm? Jiang Chongkong muttered. A Taiji painting flew out and the star demon's head exploded. Blood gushed out. He thought of Zhang Hua and the others. They used the star demon's blood to lure the star demon to block their way. Then, he could use the star demon's corpse and blood to lure the star demon. Although there was only one, he was in no hurry since he had just started. Patience was something he didn't lack. About 15 minutes later, a few star demon came. They were all at the Star Chi realm. He didn't even need to show his face. He could kill them with a Taiji painting. Star demons came one after another. They all died here, their blood drained. The smell of blood became stronger and more corpses appeared. From a few before, there were now more than 10. The star demon's body was huge to begin with. The dozen of them piled up like a small mountain. Essence, energy, and spirit, 500. Do you want to withdraw? It was only 500 points. Jiang Chongkong didn't withdraw it and continued to wait. By noon, the river was filled with corpses. The smell of blood was so strong that even Jiang Chongkong couldn't stand it. It was so pungent and nauseating. A faint red color appeared above his head. Rumble! The earth shook and the weeds fell. An ear-splitting sound could be heard. Withdraw. Jiang Chongkong didn't dare to continue. Now, his essence, energy, and spirit were at 1,380 points. The moment he withdrew it, the stench soared into the sky. He almost fainted. Looking at the weeds around him, they quickly fell. The star demon rushed over. Jiang Chongkong found a direction without a star demon and ran quickly. After running for a while, Jiang Chongkong stopped. A group of star demon. Fortunately, they were all at the star chi realm. He looked around. They were all star demon. This was too much. Was this considered digging a hole and burying himself? Jiang Chongkong almost slapped himself. He felt that he was a little too arrogant. After withdrawing it, the stench soared into the sky. The star demon that was running over stopped in their track. The strong smell of blood stimulated them to come here. But now it was gone. Only the stench was left. Other than some star demon with a strong taste, most star demon didn't eat smelly meat. The star demon in front of him didn't stop. When they saw Jiang Chongkong, they all rushed over. Jiang Chongkong didn't dare to hesitate. He attacked with all his strength. He blew up a star demon with a punch and ignored the attacks of the other star demon. After extracting their essence, energy, and spirit, he ran forward. There were star demons all around. There was no guarantee that a star cloud peak would jump out. It was more important to leave as soon as possible. He didn't fear the star demon's attacks. Under the Tai Chi diagram, the star demon was forced back. He didn't slow down his pace at all. But there were still star demons in front of him. He looked up. Because the star demon was so tall, he couldn't see how many there were. He could only kill one and move forward a few meters. One punch for one star demon. He didn't care how much essence, energy, and spirit he had. He just needed to extract it. He kept attacking. Before the blood dissipated, it turned into a stench. But the movement here still attracted the attention of many star demon. They all rushed over. The star demon wasn't afraid of death. When one fell, the next one took its place. No matter how powerful Jiang Chongkong was, he could only move forward at the speed of a turtle. He kept punching. The astral power in his body was quickly draining and his physical strength was also weakening. Jiang Chongkong's heart skipped a beat. Without hesitation, he injected all his essence, energy, and spirit into the art of bronze skin and iron bone. At this moment, the art of bronze skin and iron bone was a lifesaver. The art of bronze skin and iron bone was upgraded. His astral power and physical strength were restored. Fortunately, he could extract essence, energy, and spirit to quickly improve himself. Otherwise, he might really die here today. His martial arts leveled up. His physique and strength kept increasing. The star demon fell one after another. Jiang Chongkong also quickened his pace. Chapter 31. There was an overwhelming stench. It was unknown how many star demons there were. The area near the river was almost flattened. Sweat kept dripping and white smoke rose from Jiang Chongkong's head. Essence Chi Wolf smoke. Instead of repelling the star demon, it made them even crazier. The person in front of them was like a walking delicacy. Such a dense blood energy would be of great help to the star demon. Jiang Chongkong's entire body was drenched in sweat. The energy within his body had been greatly depleted. He hurriedly continued to enhance his copper skin metal bone technique. Bang! Occasionally, an early-stage nebula star demon would run out, but he killed it with one punch. Time passed by slowly. The sun in the sky was almost out of sight. There was only a fiery sunset. He didn't know how many he had killed. He was far away from the river, but there were still many star demons around. His astral power was almost depleted, and so was his stamina. He could keep improving himself, but it couldn't keep up with the consumption. When the last trace of energy was exhausted, Jiang Chongkong collapsed to the ground with a plop. Forget it, I'll eat all I want. I can't fight anymore. He had been fighting from noon until now. This was his limit. If he didn't have energy, he probably wouldn't have lasted for 2 hours. Roar! The star demons pounced towards Jiang Chongkong and bit him with their huge mouth. Jiang Chongkong could only close his eyes and give up resisting. As for the legendary beauty saving the hero, it obviously didn't happen. If there really was a beauty, she would have peed her pants. Why would she save him? Clank, crack, crack, there was a series of metallic sounds. Then, something broke? Jiang Chongkong opened his eyes a little. His teeth were broken. He suddenly felt relieved. Should I crawl away? As soon as he thought of this, he felt his body moving. A star demon was biting his foot and dragging him away. Damn it! Better not to move. I'll counterattack after I recover. Panting heavily, the star demon kept surrounding him, wanting to bite him, but their teeth were broken. This time, it was the star demon's turn to be dumbfounded. The food didn't have the strength to fight back. He couldn't chew it. Fortunately, he was quick-witted and focused his energy on the bronze skin iron bone technique. The star demon's sharp teeth and claws continued to attack, wanting to dismember him. But all of them collapsed. Jiang Chongkong's body was like a tortoise's shell. No matter how hard they tried, they couldn't break it. This time I played too big. I don't know how Brother One is doing. Zhang Hua and the others should have run away, right? Jiang Chongkong thought to himself, with such a huge commotion, they definitely won't stay any longer. They must have seen the soaring blood chi just now. He allowed the star demon to drag him into the bushes. The battle was over. The star demon looked around blankly. Their blood energy was gone, and they couldn't chew on the delicious food anymore. They could only disperse. Jiang Chongkong looked at the star demon that was dragging him. There were a few other star demons around him. If he had known this would happen, he would have stopped earlier and given up on resisting. Now that his physical strength and astral power were exhausted, he couldn't even move a finger. The star demon dragged Jiang Chongkong through the bushes. Occasionally, a star demon would rush over and take a bite, but their teeth would break. They could only leave in frustration. The star demon obviously didn't have the habit of eating rocks. Jiang Chongkong was now a hard rock. After being dragged for an hour, Jiang Chongkong's clothes were already in tatters. The clothes on his back were also torn. His bronze skin touched the ground. Although he could feel it, it didn't hurt. Jiang Chongkong opened his eyes and saw a faint silver light. A crescent moon hung above the bushes. A few star demons surrounded the crescent moon with fierce eyes. "Senior, we can't go on like this. When will help come?" A low, anxious voice came. "Soon. Hold on. With this shield, that star demon in the advanced stage of the nebula won't be able to get in." A heavy voice came. "Advanced stage of the nebula?" The hair on Jiang Chongkong's body stood on end. If he was at his peak, he was confident that he could beat an advanced stage of the nebula, even if it was a star demon. He was even confident that he could reach the peak stage of the nebula stage. But now that he had recovered some of his physical strength, he might be able to escape, but he would definitely be seriously injured. The advanced stage of the nebula stage could definitely break his defense. Plop! Jiang Chongkong's ankle loosened and he rolled out. He had been thrown out by the star demon. He also saw what the crescent moon was. It was a faint silver shield. The shield covered a 5-meter radius and there were 4 people standing inside, 2 men and 2 women. The 4 of them were sitting on the edge of the shield, looking at the star demon vigilantly. Suddenly, Jiang Chongkong was thrown out in front of the 4 of them. "Senior, the star demon dragged someone here. Does this star demon have a brain? Is it trying to scare us by eating people?" The 4 of them looked at Jiang Chongkong, who was lying on the ground, with a trace of confusion. Was the star demon trying to scare them? Jiang Chongkong was about to speak when the surrounding star demon all pounced at him crazily. Their bloody mouths, cold fangs, and sharp claws were trying to tear him into pieces. "It's over. Close your eyes, the scene is too bloody," the 2 men said. "Dismembered. I hope we can hold on until the rescue arrives." The 2 women's faces turned pale. This scene might very well be their ending. Clank, clank, crack, crack. The sound of metal clashing could be heard. Then, the fangs broke, the claws shattered, and the star demon was all scratched blind. They couldn't even bite through it. The four of them closed their eyes. Their faces were as pale as paper. The bones are all broken. Jiang Chongkong was slightly stunned. While the star demon was scratching blind, he said weakly, I think I can still be saved. They're all dismembered. The bones are. One of the women's body was trembling. She closed her eyes and spoke in fear. However, she suddenly froze. He was dismembered and his bones were all broken. How could he still speak? It definitely wasn't a skull just now, the other woman said with her eyes closed. Jiang Chongkong. Cranium. The two men suddenly opened their eyes. The situation in front of them made them dumbfounded. This guy wasn't injured? That cracking sound just now, the claws and teeth that fell beside him. Did they belong to the star demon? The claws and fangs of the star demon were broken just now? Open the shield. Save me first, then I'll save you. Jiang Chongkong hurriedly said. Brother, you're lucky, but open the shield. If the star demon rushes in, we will also die. The two men said helplessly, It's not that we don't want to save you, but we can't. Hearing this, the two women opened their eyes and looked at him in shock. This guy was still alive? One woman said, You're surrounded by star demon, and there's even a late-stage nebula in the dark. We won't be able to survive. I can take care of these star demon. I can also force the late-stage nebula demon back, as long as you let me go in and recover. Jiang Chongkong said hurriedly, I'm just exhausted now. When I recover, I can kill a late-stage nebula demon. I'm a student of the martial arts school. I guess the four of you are too, right? His current defense was at the mid-stage nebula. It was difficult to break it, but not impossible. Not to mention the late-stage nebula demon. We're from Kaxiang, a man said. Jiang Chongkong. Enemies? Was this a little unlucky? Are you really confident? The other woman asked. Absolutely. Saving me is equivalent to saving yourselves. You've seen my defense. Jiang Chongkong said. Hurry up, late-stage nebula demon. I can't stop it now. Roar. A deep beast roar sounded. A star demon crushed the weeds and slowly approached. The star demon beside Jiang Chongkong hurriedly retreated to the side. Chapter 32. Late-stage nebula star demon, open it now. Don't do anything stupid. Even if we can't kill you, we can throw you out. The faces of the four changed, and they didn't dare to say anything else. They quickly took out a device and pressed it, causing the silver barrier to slowly rise. Thank you. Jiang Chongkong jumped up and looked at the late-stage nebula star demon with vigilance. The Tai Chi diagram came out of his body and protected him. The other star demon didn't move. They were waiting for the late-stage nebula star demon to make a move. Roar. With a roar, the late-stage nebula star demon pounced. Come in. An urgent shout was heard. A golden sword light flew out from the protective shield and headed straight for the star demon. Jiang Chongkong raised his eyebrows. The silver shield was already half a meter high. He quickly crouched down and went in. Boom. The golden sword aura fell. The late-stage nebula star demon paused. Astral power spread out and destroyed the weeds around it. The surrounding star demon was also affected. It was pushed back by the astral power. The silver shield fell again. Jiang Chongkong had already gone in. Roar. The late-stage nebula star demon roared and slapped the silver shield with its sharp claws, but the shield was as stable as a mountain. Unable to break the shield, the star demon could only retreat to the side and stare at them with ferocious eyes. Thank you. Jiang Chongkong leaned on the shield and panted. You're welcome. The four of them looked at him calmly and vigilantly. Do you have food and water? Jiang Chongkong asked. Don't worry. When we get out, these star demon are all yours. The four of them looked at each other and opened their backpack. They took out some food and water and gave them to him. There was also a set of clothes. Jiang Changkong quickly wolfed down the food and put on his clothes. His clothes were already tattered. He hadn't eaten or drunk anything all day. He had been killing the star demon. He was starving. What happened to you? How did you get captured by the star demon? A woman asked. Jiang Changkong glanced at her. She was the one who mentioned the parietal bones just now. She had a plump figure with some baby fat. He wore a black warrior suit and held a golden sword hilt in his hand. The other woman had an oval face and some freckles on her face. She looked at him curiously. Both men were thin, one fair, the other slightly blonde. The fair-skinned man held a disc in his hand. The golden sword chi came from this disc. Jiang Changkong knew that these four people had many tricks up their sleeve. Just now, when they took the initiative to attack and used their swords to stop the star demon, it was obvious that they were capable of dealing with him. It's a long story. Jiang Changkong sighed and said, When I went to the river to drink water today, I saw blood chi soaring into the sky, attracting countless star demon. He would never admit that he had gone too far. Riverside? Surging blood chi? The four of them looked at each other and asked in detail. Jiang Changkong answered them one by one. During the conversation, the four of them also introduced themselves. The one with baby fat was Zhang Xiaoyu. The one with the oval face was Lu Ye. The fair-skinned man was Lu Hong. The tan man was Lu Jun, Lu Ye's brother. The four of them were students of Kexiang and were taking the 2-year mock college entrance exam. Martial arts school, 3 years of simulation, 5 years of college entrance exam. Kexiang school, 2 years of simulation, 1 year of college entrance exam. Your mock college entrance exam is outside the city, not in school? Jiang Changkong was a little surprised. Our 1 year of simulation is in school, 2 years of simulation, outside the city for half a year, and inside the city for half a year. Lu Hong explained, We were following senior sister before, but we were separated by the star demon. Now we are going to find senior sister. After the four of them were separated, they were surrounded and intercepted by the star demons. In the end, they were trapped here. The star demon who brought Jiang Changkong here was originally from this star demon team. He went out to look for food and happened to be attracted by the blood chi. Since the star demon couldn't deal with him, he could only bring him back and hand him over to the star demon. Changkong, you should be a top student in martial arts school, right? Zhang Xiaoyu asked. I'm just an ordinary student. Jiang Changkong smiled and said, I'm about the same as you guys. I was originally together with senior sister and senior brother, but now this happened. The four of them had a look of disbelief on their faces. You can kill a group of star demon for half a day, and you say you are an ordinary student? Even a super top student can't do that, right? Even if their Kexiang school mainly relied on mechas, their stamina consumption was too high, and they still couldn't kill for half a day. Your defense, how can it be so strong? Lu Jun asked. The three of them also looked at him curiously. The fangs and claws of the star demon could be broken. Even the mechas of the school couldn't compare. I practiced the iron skin. Jiang Changkong said with an honest face, I also don't know why, but the more I train, the better I get. Iron skin? The four of them were dumbfounded. Iron skin could be trained to this level? The more one trained, the better one got? They didn't know why. Could it be that he was a genius in martial arts? Alright, that's enough. I'm going to recover first. After Jiang Changkong finished speaking, he sat down cross-legged and closed his eyes to recover. The astral power in his body had recovered a little. He activated the Tai Chi scripture to recover his astral power. Among the 3 martial arts, the iron skin focused on defense, while the traceless blade focused on killing. The Tai Chi scripture nourished the body, and it was the best for recovery. Before training, he also looked at his data. After killing for half a day, he lost count of how many star demon he had killed, and all of them were added to the bronze skin iron bone art. He didn't have the time to look at it because of the star demon. Jiang Changkong, Mid-Stage Nebula Low-Level Middle-Grade Martial Arts, Bronze Skin Iron Bone Art, Initial Success 3908/4000 Tai Chi Scripture, Initial Success 3 out of 4000 Traceless 3 Blades, Initial Success 1 out of 4000 Essence, Spirit and Spirit, 0 after half a day of non-stop killing. His Bronze Skin Iron Bone Art almost reached a Shang. His Tai Chi Scripture improved by 2 points, but it was too little. Jiang Changkong recovered. The four of them huddled together in silence. They didn't disturb him, but just watched him vigilantly. Outside the shield, the star demon was staring at them, but it couldn't do anything to the shield. Time flew by. Late at night, Jiang Changkong opened his eyes and heaved a sigh of relief. "You've recovered?" the four of them asked happily. Jiang Changkong blushed. "I've recovered. I'm just a little hungry." His energy and astral power had been restored. He was in high spirits, but he was still hungry. He had only eaten some food and drank a bottle of water. Zhang Xiaoyu took out a piece of flatbread and gave it to him. "We don't have much left. You can only have one." "Thank you very much." Jiang Changkong took a bite of the flatbread and said, "I'm fine now. When do you want to start?" "At dawn," Lu Hong said in a low voice. Jiang Changkong nodded. The Star Prairie at night was full of danger. Once they attacked, they might attract more Star Demon. Besides, even if they killed the Star Demon now, they had nowhere to go. Dawn was the best choice. "Let's discuss how we're going to attack later," Lu Jun said. Lu Jun said in a deep voice, "Our means can hold that late-stage nebula for now. But after that, we won't be able to find Qin Yushan." Obviously, he didn't want to deal with the Star Demon. However, he didn't care. Jiang Changkong thought for a moment and said, "You've helped and given me food. How can I let you fight again?" The four of them were shocked. Is he angry? Is he being sarcastic? "Brother, we don't mean that. We can help you stall the advanced stage of the Nebula Demon." The four of them quickly explained, "But we can't use all our means. I can really take care of it. We agreed that you save me and I'll save you." Jiang Changkong waved his hand and said, "It's settled then. At dawn, open the shield and I'll rush out. You wait for me to kill the Star Demon." If he really let them use all their means, he would probably have to be their bodyguard again and escort them. "Well," Jiang Changkong interrupted them and said firmly, "No need to say more. It's settled. Let's rest." Chapter 33. On the desolate star plains, the sky was slightly bright. The star demons were still staring at the protective shield and surrounding it. The crescent moon suddenly vibrated and the silver shield slowly dissipated. Sensing that something was wrong with the shield, the star demon all got up and slowly surrounded Qin Fan. Jiang Changkong looked calm. His astral power and physical strength had all been restored to their peak state. There weren't many star demon here, only 13 in total. One was in the advanced stage of the Nebula Realm, 2 were in the mid-stage, 3 were in the early stage, and the rest were all at the peak of the Nebula Realm. Now that his art of bronze skin and iron bone was about to be upgraded to the Desheng Realm, he only needed to worry about the late-stage Nebula Realm. The mid-stage Nebula Realm wouldn't be able to break his defense. He could ignore it for a short time, which was enough for him to kill the late-stage Star Demon. Roar! When the shield completely dissipated, the silver light returned to the crescent moon. The Star Demons roared softly and pounced forward. "Stay back!" Jiang Changkong rushed out and confronted the late-stage Nebula Star Demon. "Let's attack together!" Lu Jun and the other 3 shouted in a low voice. The sword hilts in their hands shot out 3 feet long, glowing with a golden light. These swords were all sharp weapons. None of them was lower than the superior grade 2. Lu Jun was the only one in the early stage Nebula Realm, while the other 3 were at the peak of the Nebula Realm. A thin layer of armor also appeared on the bodies of the 4 of them, protecting their entire bodies. The armor exuded a powerful energy wave, no less than the mid-stage Nebula Realm. This equipment, Jiang Chongkong was a bit shaken. Should he go to Kaxiang to learn how to use a digging machine? Martial arts school? Look at them, they're using low-grade Grade 2 weapons. Zhang Tao and the others are in the early stage Nebula realm, but they're still using top-grade Grade 1 weapons. How embarrassing! The late-stage Nebula Star Demon was already in front of him. Jiang Chongkong didn't dodge and chose to face it head-on. Boom! The Tai Chi diagram flashed and the astral power collided. Clank! The fist and the sharp claws collided. With the protection of the Tai Chi diagram, Jiang Chongkong wasn't injured at all. The violent power surged, and the body of the late-stage Nebula Star Demon trembled. It was actually sent tumbling a few times by the huge power. So powerful! The four of them were shocked. They were even more certain that Jiang Chongkong was a super scholar in the martial arts school. Not daring to waste any time, the four of them quickly made a move to fend off the rest of the Star Demon. Although Jiang Chongkong insisted on fighting all the Star Demon alone, they still made their move. Firstly, they were worried that Jiang Chongkong would not be a match for him and had exaggerated his strength. Once he died, they would continue to hide. Secondly, even if they couldn't win, as long as Jiang Chongkong could stall for a moment, they could save him or take the opportunity to leave. Jiang Chongkong ignored them. It was better if there were no other Star Demon bothering him. After knocking the Star Demon back with a single punch, Zhang Xian didn't stop at all. Instead, he closed in and punched the Star Demon once more. Boom! The starlight exploded, and the star power shot out in all directions like fireworks. The surrounding weeds were turned into powder, and the ground was bombarded by the astral power, forming small pits. Roar! With a roar, the late-stage Nebula Star Demon was going crazy. It was being suppressed. From the beginning, Jiang Chongkong had been suppressing the late-stage Nebula Star Demon. His punches were getting fiercer and fiercer. Boom! The punches kept landing, and the late-stage Nebula Star Demon rolled on the ground. Its sharp claws trembled, and cracking sounds could be heard. If I didn't know better, I would have thought that he was wearing a top-tier second-grade armor. Zhang Xiaoyu and the other three looked at him in shock. This was called having talent in punching and kicking? This was F*King talent, okay? Previously, they only asked about his defense, but they didn't ask about his fist technique. Looking at the Tai Chi diagram, could it be that he practiced Tai Chi? Crack! Poochie! It was almost a one-sided suppression. The defense that the late-stage Nebula Star Demon was proud of was finally broken after a few punches. His fist went deep into the Star Demon's body, and half of his arm went through. Blood spurted out, but the Tai Chi diagram protected him from the blood. Roar! The Star Demon roared in pain, but Jiang Chongkong turned a deaf ear and continued to punch. Almost following the wound, Jiang Chongkong punched in again, deeper this time. His entire arm almost penetrated the Star Demon's body. The fist that entered the body opened with all its might, and it pulled out some internal organs. The Star Demon collapsed, and its vitality was rapidly fading. He died just like that? The four of them were a little shocked. Wasn't this a little too fast? How many minutes had it been? Jiang Chongkong ignored their shock. He swung his hand, and the Tai Chi diagram flew out, directly hitting the mid-stage Nebula Star Demon's head. Bang! The mid-stage Nebula Star Demon's head exploded like a watermelon, and it was split into pieces. One move to kill. The remaining Star Demon was even less of a threat. The Tai Chi diagram flew out and their heads exploded. In less than 15 minutes, all 13 Star Demon were killed. Okay, thank you very much for this time. Jiang Chongkong thanked them. These star stones all belong to you. Let's part ways now. We don't owe each other anything. Chongkong, why don't we act together? Lu Hong suddenly said, these star stones belong to you. After witnessing Jiang Chongkong's strength, they suddenly let down their guard. Because they couldn't deal with the late-stage Nebula Star Demon even if they used all their means. As for the Star Demon, It was directly killed by Jiang Changkong's fist. I still have to go find senior brother and senior sister. It won't be too late to meet up when we return to the city. Jiang Changkong shook his head and refused. The four of them had no choice but to nod. Fine, we also have to go find senior sister. Let's part ways here. Lu Ye suddenly said, then let's add each other on the Weibo and leave our phone numbers. It'll be easier to keep in touch when we return to the city. Well, my phone is with senior brother. Jiang Changkong hesitated for a moment and said, leave your phone numbers. When I meet senior brother and get my phone, I'll contact you. Oh, I'll lend you my phone first. You can just click on the website. I'll remember the password for my account. Zhang Xiaoyu took out a pink phone from her bag and handed it to him. After thinking for a moment, she took out a golden compass. This is for you too. How can I do this? What if I break it? Jiang Changkong waved his hand. Just take it. If it breaks, then it's broken. Zhang Xiaoyu said straightforwardly. This compass is a second-rank origin martial compass. It's very useful in the desolate star plains. Lu Hong said with some arrogance, this is unique to Kaxiang. Even the top students of the martial arts school might not have it. Just take it. The origin martial compass can detect the energy waves of living beings within a radius of 100 meters. It can detect up to the peak of the nebula peak. Lu Jun explained and said, each of us has one. If there's no more, we can go back and get another one. If it breaks, then it's broken? Go back and get another one? Jiang Changkong was a little confused. What a rich and overbearing person. It could detect second-rank energy waves. Although it was only within a radius of 100 meters, it was still incredible. Not to mention that each of them had one, they could get another one if there was no more. He suddenly felt that the martial arts school was a bunch of stepmothers. Kaxiang was the real mother. The difference in treatment was so big. However, it was understandable. After all, this thing was made by Kaxiang himself. You gave us these star stones. We didn't reject them. What are you hesitating for? The four of them were very enthusiastic. These were all things he needed, so he didn't reject them. He would treat them to a meal when he returned to the city. After thanking them, Jiang Changkong bid them farewell and left. In less than a few minutes, the four of them dug out the star stones, cut some star demon meat, and left the place. As soon as the four of them left, Jiang Changkong appeared again and extracted the essence, breath, and spirit of the corpse. Essence, breath, and spirit. 500 only the corpse was left, and some of it had been cut up. Including the ones that had been lost, it was already not bad to have so much. Jiang Changkong added his essence, breath, and spirit to the bronze skin iron bone art and upgraded it again. This time, even if it was the peak of the nebula peak, he was confident that he could kill it. However, the essence, breath, and spirit he needed next made him a little depressed. There were a lot of them. Jiang Changkong. Late nebula stage low rank middle grade martial arts. Bronze skin iron bone art. Deshang 1/16,000 Tai Chi scripture. Initial success March 4000 traceless 3 cuts. Initial success January 4000 essence, breath, and spirit. 408 inch Let's go find Brother Wen first. Jiang Changkong turned on his phone and sent a friend request. Note: Brother Wen, I'm Jiang Changkong. Chapter 34. In just a minute, Zhou accepted the friend request. Jiang Changkong sent a message. Brother Wen, something happened to me. Where are you now? Zhou opened the location sharing. It's good that you're fine. I was worried about you when the star demon went berserk yesterday. They're still on their way? Jiang Changkong realized that Zhou Wen's location was constantly moving. Zhou Wen sent a helpless emoji. I think so. I've been left behind. Jiang Changkong was worried. Left behind? Did they find you? Zhou Wen, I don't think so. It's just that they can't find my corpse. Clearly, they're worried that I'm still alive and are secretly following. The star demon is blocking the way. It's not too far away. I'll be there soon. Jiang Chongkong looked at the distance and quickly left. On the way, he didn't forget to check the Ian Marshall compass. The Ian Marshall compass had 4 pointers and 8 dots. The 8 dots corresponded to early, middle, late, peak, and early to peak nebula. The 4 pointers corresponded to north, south, east, and west. Once an energy fluctuation was discovered, the light would light up. As he approached, the needle would constantly vibrate. Not long after, the star Chi peak lit up and the east needle vibrated. Jiang Chongkong directly walked over. 3 astral Chi heads were at the peak. The Ian Marshall compass was indeed useful. Although it could only search within 100 meters, it was still very powerful. He directly destroyed 3 star demon and obtained 150 essence, spirit, and spirit. Ian Marshall compass can't sense the quantity. Jiang Chongkong looked at the compass and continued on his way. Although he couldn't sense the quantity, it was still a good treasure. He now understood that the development of the 2 schools was different and the focus was also different. The martial arts school focused on martial arts and individual strength. Kaxiang was a combination of science and martial arts. It was a combination of martial arts and technological product. Each had its advantages and disadvantages. If it was a martial arts school student, it would be perfect with Kaxiang equipment. Jiang Chongkong looked at the route and Lu Ye sent a message. Chongkong, are you on your way? Jiang Chongkong, yes. Thank you, Xiaoyu. I've already contacted Senior. We've also contacted Senior Sister. We'll be there in a few hours. I'm almost there too. I'll be able to meet up with Senior in a few hours. Occasionally, Lu Jun and Lu Hong would send him messages as well. It was a way to kill time and relieve the boredom of the journey. Let's start a video call. It's so troublesome to send messages one by one, Lu Ye said. Jiang Chongkong, sure. The 2 of them turned on the video, and Lu Ye pointed the camera at the 3 of them. Jiang Chongkong was about to speak when the Ian Marshall compass lit up again. Later, when we find the star demon, I'll kill it first. A mid-stage nebula beast couldn't be wasted. The 4 of them said, we also discovered the star demon. Let's go around it first. Jiang Chongkong, bang! After killing the star demon with a single punch, Zhang Xian extracted the star demon's essence, energy, and spirit before continuing on his way. After a while, they went around the star demon and said enviously, I really envy you. You got something again. You guys aren't bad either. You can kill the star demon, Jiang Chongkong said. Weren't the 4 of them too cowardly? Although they weren't very strong with their armor, they could definitely kill it as long as they weren't at the late-stage nebula stage. No, Senior Sister wants us to conserve energy. She said there's something important to do, Lu Ye explained. Lu Ye explained, we should avoid it if we can. We can't miss the important matters. Jiang Chongkong shrugged his shoulders. He had nothing to say and continued to run. They ran all the way and killed the star demon they encountered. The 4 of them were so envious that their eyes turned red. After confirming that Zhou was fine, Jiang Chongkong wasn't in a hurry to rush over. He wouldn't let go of the star demon he encountered along the way. 2 hours later, they hung up and went their own ways. The 4 of them didn't want to look at him anymore. It was too infuriating. Their hearts couldn't take it. On the way, Jiang Chongkong also paid attention to the situation along the way. He didn't find any marks left by Zhou. He was a little angry and complained, Brother One, if I didn't have a phone, I wouldn't even know how to find you. Zhou was angry. What are you talking about? We discussed it. Didn't you see the Tai Chi mark? Jiang Chongkong, where? No. Zhou was surprised. There's a stone not far in front of you. Go up and take a look. There must be one. Jiang Chongkong didn't say anything. He pushed aside the weeds and didn't find any stones. Where is the stone? Zhou, impossible. You clearly have a palm-sized stone. It's black. Jiang Chongkong, Brother One, it might have been kicked away by the star demon. Look carefully. There must be one. Why would the star demon kick a stone for no reason? Even if the star demon accidentally kicked it, it couldn't have taken it too far. Zhou was a little angry. I really left a mark. Jiang Chongkong furrowed his brows and started searching the vicinity. He pushed aside the weeds and circled around. Then, Jiang Chongkong saw a stone. It was the palm-sized black stone. It was the one Zhou mentioned. There was a Tai Chi mark below it, but there was an arrow pointing in another direction. It wasn't Zhou direction. Jiang Chongkong took a picture and showed it to Zhou. Zhou immediately sent a cold sweat emoji. Did you carve the arrow? I found it. I only left the Tai Chi mark. There's no arrow. Jiang Chongkong, don't scare me. This joke isn't funny. Zhou, I might be targeted. Zhang Hua and the others must have sent people to mislead you. I'll be right there. Jiang Chongkong's heart sank. He hurriedly ran. He couldn't be bothered to kill the star demon along the way. If this pattern was really moved by Zhang Hua's people, then Zhou was probably under their surveillance. Zhou, there's no need to be too anxious. There can't be too many people on Zhang Hua's side. At most one or two. I left many marks. It will take time to change all of them. If they want to shake me off and not alert Senior and the others, they need the world. I'm temporarily safe. If he suspected that Zhou was secretly following, Zhang Hua and the others wouldn't be in a hurry to take action. If they were too anxious and alerted Ji Xiling and the others, Zhang Hua and the others would be in big trouble. Getting rid of him and changing the mark to mislead Jiang Chongkong would be a foolproof plan. This also gave him some time. Jiang Chongkong wasn't as relaxed as Zhou thought. Although what he said made sense, what if there was a chance? The essence martial compass vibrated. Many star demon were spared. Zhou's direction also changed. He no longer followed them directly. Instead, he circled around and met up with Jiang Chongkong. The distance between them rapidly shortened. By noon, they were less than 100 meters apart. The weeds were lush. If not for the location sharing, they would probably be blinded by this distance. Just as Jiang Chongkong was about to head over, the essence martial compass lit up. Peak of the nebula peak. Star demon or human? Not daring to think too much, Jiang Chongkong quickly rushed over to Zhou, making him speed up. Chongkong. Zhou called out softly and came to his side. As Jiang Chongkong held the essence martial compass, the needle trembled even more intensely. That fellow was approaching. Chi. Chi. A red saber chi tore through the air, heading straight for Zhou's back. Brother One, be careful. Jiang Chongkong pushed Zhou away. The Taiji diagram lit up to block the saber chi. Boom. The saber chi landed and the Taiji diagram spun. Close to 60% of the saber chi's strength poured to the side. The remaining 40% emitted a scorching aura. Jiang Chongkong's expression changed as he retreated. Only after he conjured another Taiji diagram did he manage to block the saber chi. Very capable. To think that you can receive my sword strike without suffering any injuries. A cold voice rang out. A figure holding a saber with one hand stepped out of the weeds and looked at the two indifferently. Zhou's expression changed drastically as he blurted out, Super Genius, Chen Sanyan? Chapter 35. Chen Sanyan was one of the top students in the martial arts school. He had completed the 4-year college entrance examination and reached the peak of Nebula. With his mystic fire saber technique, even the other super geniuses would not dare to provoke him. I say, how did you have the guts to follow us in secret? Chen Sanyan's expression was ice-cold. So, there is such a helper. Zhou stood beside Jiang Chongkong with a heavy expression and whispered, I'll hold him back with all my might. You leave. Fight to death? Chen Sanyan looked at him mockingly. Your life won't be able to block even one move. Then, he looked at Jiang Chongkong. Who are you? Tell me your name. Jiang Chongkong. Jiang Chongkong's expression was calm, but the muscles on his body were tense. Once there was any movement, he would be able to unleash his full strength at once. Your Jiang Chongkong? Peak of Star Qi? Chun Sanyan froze. Wasn't Jiang Chongkong at the peak of the astral Qi realm? He had used all his strength in that strike just now. He wanted to kill the two of them with one strike. Someone who could block his full-powered attack and come out unscathed was definitely at the peak of the nebula realm. I'm also a member of the martial arts school. Why don't we just forget about it? Jiang Chongkong said calmly. Facing Chun Sanyan, he was not afraid. In fact, he was confident that he could kill this fellow. But he will be hurt very badly. Forget it? A hint of disdain flashed in Chun Sanyan's eyes. Zhou, I didn't kill you previously because you were following me too closely. I was worried that I would alarm Ji Xiling and Ying Yanxue. Now that you have taken the initiative to leave, how can I let you go? As for you, you're not even a student. How dare you call yourself a member of the school? The mark has already been changed, yet you still come to die. You're just seeking death. As soon as he finished speaking, Chun Sanyan's figure moved instantly. His long saber pierced through the air, and a scorching heat wave enveloped Zhou. His idea was simple. He would first kill the weakest Zhou before killing Jiang Chongkong. Jiang Chongkong was already prepared. He manifested Taiji and stood in front of Zhou. At the same time, he struck out at Zhou. The gentle force sent Zhou flying backward. It was just like how Zhou had protected him previously. Now, the situation was reversed. You can't even protect yourself, and you want to protect him? Chun Sanyan sneered, and his saber chi became even stronger. You talk too much. Jiang Chongkong's face was cold and stern, his entire body glowing with a bronze luster. Buzz. Boom. When the saber chi landed, the Taiji rotated and dissipated 60% of the force, just like before. This time, however, Jiang Chongkong did not retreat. Instead, he secretly suppressed his strength and forcefully blocked 40% of the saber chi. Bang! Saber chi and astral force surged in all directions. The two of them took a few steps back at the same time. As the blood dripped, Jiang Chongkong clenched his right hand tightly. There was a fine saber mark on his palm. This fellow's saber was at the pinnacle of Tier 2. Even the Taiji diagram and the copper skin iron bones could not completely defend against it. Chongkong. Zhouwen's expression turned anxious, but he didn't know what to do. Make a move? He was too weak and would only be a burden. Jiang Chongkong stared at Chun Sanyan and said without turning his head, Brother One, hurry up and leave. If I want to leave, he can't stop me. None of you can leave. Chun Sanyan snorted and the saber chi rose again, slashing at Zhou. Jiang Chongkong took a step forward and the Taiji followed, blocking the saber chi. Boom! With a loud explosion, the two of them retreated at the same time. Chun Sanyan's expression was gloomy as he gripped the hilt of his saber tightly. Jiang Chongkong's expression was solemn. He did not give in at all. Brother One, leave now. Wait for me. Chongkong, take care. Seeing this, Zhou did not hesitate anymore. He turned around and left. Jiang Chongkong's strength was enough to block Chun Sanyan. It would not be a problem for him to escape. There was no need for him to worry. Chun Sanyan wanted to chase after him, but Jiang Chongkong blocked him. He was furious. You are really courting death. Flaming saber. In his anger, the saber chi spat out a scarlet light and a scorching heat wave. The saber slashed down. The surrounding weeds could not withstand the high temperature and were charred black. Jiang Chongkong's expression was calm. The Taiji rose again, but this time, he did not suppress his strength. Boom! The two forces clashed. Chun Sanyan's expression changed. He felt a force pass through the saber chi and explode violently. He hurriedly retreated. That huge force bombarded him violently, and his chest felt like it was heavily struck. Jiang Chongkong spat out a mouthful of blood and slid a few meters back. His right sleeve gave off a burnt smell. Blood seeped out from the corner of Chen Sanyan's mouth. You didn't use your full strength just now? That power just now was a bit stronger than before, even a little stronger than his own. Jiang Chongkong's expression was indifferent. If we continue to fight, we won't be able to gain anything. How about we stop here? Chen Sanyan was very strong. He was a peak nebula cultivator. But he was not weak either. He had 3 times the astral power and pure strength. Even a peak nebula cultivator couldn't compare to him. If he didn't have a weapon in his hand, he would definitely be able to win easily. You won't be able to gain anything? What a joke. You must die today. I'll kill you first and then Zhouwen. Chen Sanyan's expression was cold. His eyes were filled with murderous intent and his saber chi turned red. Red flame saber. The saber ignited a scarlet flame, and the scorching heat rose another notch. Then I'll send you on your way first. Jiang Chongkong's gaze turned cold. He no longer showed any mercy. Even if he left, this guy would still chase after him and even look for Zhouwen. Since he didn't want to let him go, there was no need to keep him alive. If he could kill him, he wouldn't let him live. With that thought, Jiang Chongkong took the initiative to attack. The saber slashed down. This time, it wasn't just to divert the force. It was to pull the saber. 4 ounces of force. Boom. The saber chi flowed to the side and left a deep mark. Jiang Chongkong stepped forward and his fist force shook the saber. Clang. The saber vibrated. Chen Sanyan's expression changed, and he almost lost his grip on the saber. He quickly used his astral power to resist the force. The saber chi became hotter. Suddenly, the fist and the saber clashed. Both of them retreated at the same time. A powerful force spread in all directions. Blood splattered everywhere. Chen Sanyan wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth. Jiang Chongkong didn't vomit blood, but blood kept dripping from his palm. There was also a deep cut on the back of his hand. Chen Sanyan was a great threat with a grade 2 weapon. The difference in strength between them wasn't big. It was inevitable that both of them would be injured. Damn it. This saber will kill you. Mystic Fire Saber, die. Chen Sanyan's face turned hideous. It was still the red saber chi, but this time there was a tinge of gold in it. Are you panicking? Jiang Chongkong squinted and didn't dodge. The Mystic Fire Saber slashed down. The saber chi was pure and shockingly hot. The Tai Chi diagram rotated violently to divert the saber chi. But the tinge of gold contained a terrifying power. It stopped the rotation of the Tai Chi diagram. Jiang Chongkong's expression changed. He could only divert 30% of the attack. He tried his best to activate the Tai Chi diagram. As he crossed his hands, the saber tilted slightly. The Tai Chi diagram dissipated. Jiang Chongkong dispersed the Tai Chi diagram and let the saber stab his right shoulder. The pure astral power in his body was directed to his left arm. The saber chi pierced through his shoulder. The saber pierced into his flesh and blood flowed. The saber chi entered his body and wreaked havoc. Luckily, the Tai Chi scripture had been upgraded to the intermediate level. It had the protection of Tai Chi and could temporarily block the saber chi. That was enough. Go to hell. Chen Sanyan's hideous expression had a tinge of satisfaction. The saber chi from his mystic fire saber entered his body. Not to mention Jiang Chongkong, even the top students wouldn't be able to block it. Jiang Chongkong didn't panic at all. He looked at Chen Sanyan, who was inches away from him, and formed a Tai Chi diagram with his left palm. You still have strength. Not good. Chen Sanyan's expression turned cold. He wanted to retreat, but it was too late. Boom. Crack. Astral power, pure strength, exploded and poured onto Chen Sanyan's body. His bones broke and blood splattered. Chen Sanyan gripped the hilt of his saber tightly and tried to pull it out. But Jiang Chongkong's right hand grabbed the saber. A bronze luster flashed. Chen Sanyan held the saber tightly. He had no choice but to let go. The impact sent Chen Sanyan flying and he landed heavily on the ground. Jiang Changkong gripped his saber tightly and pulled it out with great force. Blood splattered everywhere. Jiang Changkong grasped his saber hilt and used it to support himself as he stood upright. Chapter 36. Burnt weeds and potholes on the ground. It was a mess. Jiang Changkong supported himself with the sword. The Tai Chi diagram appeared and disappeared, suppressing the blade chi in his body. Chen Sanyan was lying in the distance. His chest was caved in and blood was flowing out. Jiang Changkong's attack had broken his ribs and the fist energy had entered his body. Chen Sanyan was more seriously injured. Cough. Chen Sanyan coughed and blood gushed out of his mouth. His wound was in great pain. Chen Sanyan's body was moving. He endured the pain and slowly sat up. You're quite lucky. Jiang Changkong was expressionless. That punch would have killed a star demon in the advanced stage of nebula. But Chen Sanyan was still alive and sitting up. Chen Sanyan's expression was hideous because of the pain. Crimson astral power was shining, supporting him to stand up slowly. Jiang Changkong didn't move. His astral power was surging and suppressing the blade chi. He stared at Chen Sanyan. His forehead was covered in cold sweat and his chest was bleeding. His chest was caved in and his upper body was almost broken. He was still alive despite such serious injuries. Star Cloud warriors were lucky. Chen Sanyan got up bit by bit. Even with the support of astral power, it took him a quarter of an hour to stand up. Blood stopped flowing. Chen Sanyan's face was pale and he was breathing heavily, which aggravated his injuries. He stood up with great effort, as if he had used the last of his strength. A few minutes later, a smile appeared on Chen Sanyan's pale face. You can't suppress the blade chi anymore, can you? Jiang Changkong didn't say anything. It wasn't that he couldn't suppress it, but he did. He had to admit that the blade chi was hard to deal with. Even the Tai Chi scripture and astral power could only suppress it after such a long time. Chen Sanyan's smile widened. He didn't care about the pain in his wounds. You hurt me with all your strength, but you'll die in the end. Jiang Changkong looked indifferent. The blade is with me. Heh, I'm afraid it's difficult for you to move now. Chen Sanyan sneered. You hurt me with all your astral power. You don't have the strength to suppress the blade chi anymore. With the eruption of the mystic fire saber chi, the current you is strong on the outside but weak on the inside. One touch and you will die. Jiang Changkong's expression was calm as he gripped the hilt of his saber tightly. I have 3 sabers. I'll send you on your way. 3 slashes is too many. You won't even be able to use 1 slash. Chen Sanyan was full of confidence. When the mystic fire saber chi burst out, even Ji Xiling and the rest would not be able to withstand it. Not to mention that the move that injured him so badly must have used up all his astral power. Without the suppression of astral powers, the outburst of the saber aura must have turned his internal organs into a pile of mud, right? 3 strikes is indeed too much. 1 strike it is then. Jiang Changkong nodded. He activated the astral powers in his body and stepped forward. When the long saber passed through, there was no trace of astral power. It was silent and without any ripples. There was not the slightest sound, nor the slightest fluctuation. The edge of the saber was formless, and the saber left no trace. How is this possible? Chen Sanyan was stunned. He felt a sharp pain in his throat, but there was no sign of injury. With a bang, his body collapsed, and his vitality dissipated. My star power is very strong. Jiang Changkong murmured and extracted essence, energy and spirit. Chen Sanyan at the peak of the nebula had less than the star demon. Essence, energy and spirit, 430. Including what he got from killing the star demon on the way, essence, energy and spirit, 1588. All added to the Tai Chi scripture. Tai Chi scripture. Initial success, 1591/4000. A surge of energy rose in his body. His astral power and physical strength had recovered a lot. The Tai Chi scripture nourished his internal organs and suppressed his astral power. His astral power was already strong. If he was in the advanced stage of the nebula, he would have used up all his astral power. But he didn't. He still had some astral power left, enough for one slash. Even if he couldn't, he could add some essence, energy and spirit to recover some astral power and then kill him. He looked at Chen Sanyan's corpse. The blade slid across his throat, but there was no trace of injury. The saber chi entered his body, but the insides had already been severed. The Tai Chi scripture improved, and his astral power and physical strength recovered a little. Jiang Chongkong put away the saber and left. Without the infusion of astral power, the blade automatically retracted and turned into a handle, which he put into his pocket. He walked through the weeds. With the essence martial compass in hand, he sensed energy fluctuations and immediately left. After running for more than an hour, Jiang Chongkong checked his phone. Fortunately, it wasn't damaged. He found a place, sat cross-legged, and ran the Tai Chi scripture to heal his injuries. After another 2 hours, Jiang Chongkong's injuries completely stabilized, and the saber chi was suppressed. Then, he took out his phone and contacted Zhouwen. Zhouwen replied instantly, "Chongkong, where are you?" Jiang Chongkong opened the location sharing. The two of them weren't very far away. He got up and rushed to Zhouwen. At the same time, he paid attention to the essence martial compass, ready to attack if there was a star demon. Although most of his astral power was used to suppress the saber chi. However, his bronze skin and iron bones was at the Deshang level, which was equivalent to the advanced stage of the nebula. Just in terms of pure strength and physique, he could crush a mid-stage nebula. The premise was that he didn't attack his saber wound. The wound wouldn't heal so quickly after being pierced by a saber. He directly pierced a star demon at the peak of the astral energy, extracted its essence, chi, and spirit, and added it to the Tai Chi scripture. The Tai Chi scripture was very helpful for healing and could deal with saber chi. As long as the Tai Chi scripture reached the Deshang level, he would be able to expel the saber chi and completely recover. Half an hour later, the two met. "It's good that you're fine." Zhouwen saw that his clothes were tattered. Although he was in a sorry state, he wasn't injured. He couldn't help but heave a sigh of relief. "I'm just stalling for a while. What's wrong with me?" Jiang Chongkong smiled and said, "Brother One, you're going back to the city." "Back to the city?" Zhouwen frowned. "Yes, Chen Sanyan has already found you. If you don't leave, he'll keep chasing after you." Jiang Chongkong said helplessly, "Although I can stop him, I can't always be on guard." Zhouwen was silent for a moment and sighed. "I've caused trouble. Brother One, I'll follow you for the rest of the way." Jiang Chongkong continued, "I'll follow Senior Zi Ling and the rest. When Senior Yanxue recovers, we'll make our move." "Thank you." Zhouwen smiled bitterly. "As for Zhang Hua's crime, I haven't found any evidence. It's okay. Our goal is to ensure the safety of the two seniors." Jiang Chongkong smiled and said, "I do have something that I need Brother Wen's help with." "Say it. As long as I can do it, don't stand on ceremony with me." Zhouwen patted his chest. "This time, I got to know a few people. Thanks to their help, I have to treat them when I return to the city. I don't have money." Jiang Chongkong curled his lips. He was very poor. The pension was not even enough for him to spend. If he treated them to a meal, it would probably be gone. Zhouwen smiled. "Leave this small matter to me. I'll wait for you to return to the city and join the martial arts school. I'll help you complete the college entrance examination. Brother One, don't worry. I'll definitely bring Senior Yanxue back in one piece." Jiang Chongkong made a promise. The two didn't say anything else. Now that the sky was getting dark, Zhouwen wasn't in a hurry to leave. He told him the direction that Zhang Hua and the rest had left and returned the backpack to him before leaving. He let Zhou Wen hold the phone for now. He continued to use Zhang Xiaoyu's phone. Zhou Wen went to kill a star demon nearby and started a fire to roast the meat. He also gave him the star stone. Jiang Chongkong didn't stand on ceremony. Although there weren't many at the peak of star qi, they were still lacking in essence, qi, and spirit. Zhou Wen didn't care for them anyway. After cultivating for a night, Zhou Wen left the next day. Jiang Chongkong left alone and heaved a sigh of relief. He could kill a star demon at will and extract its essence, qi, and spirit. Chapter 37. He didn't say anything about Chen Sanyan's death. That knife was also hidden very well. The injuries on his body were also hidden very well. Whether it was his injuries or the knife, once Zhou Wen knew, he would ask a lot. If he knew that he killed Chen Sanyan, who knew what would happen? But one thing was for sure, Zhou Wen would continue to stay. If he knew that Jiang Chongkong was injured, he would also stay to take care of him. If Jiang Chongkong wanted to travel alone, he could only use Chen Sanyan's name to scare him away. Also, Jiang Chongkong had another idea. If possible, he wanted to get involved too. Special star demon? Since Zhang Hua dared to trick him, he had to return the favor. A gentleman would hold a grudge for 10 years. Jiang Chongkong wasn't a gentleman and couldn't remember that long. If he had the ability, he would take revenge. After confirming the direction, Jiang Chongkong took the Ian Marshall compass and continued on his way. Zhang Xiaoyu and the others didn't send any more messages. They must have found Qin Yushan. Jiang Chongkong didn't contact them and hurried on his way. The Ian Marshall compass lit up. Jiang Chongkong went to kill the star demon. With a pinnacle grade 2 knife, the 3 blades of Traceless were a great boost. Just using the knife alone, he could easily kill a mid-stage nebula. The knife was traceless. Not only could it kill without leaving a trace, but its force was also traceless. Jiang Chongkong suddenly fell in love with the 3 blades of Traceless. There would be no blood flowing out and the flow of energy would be slow. With the Ian Marshall compass, Jiang Chongkong could kill the star demon even more smoothly. In the past, he could only obtain 1,000 points a day. Now, he could obtain 1,000 points without hesitation. If he didn't dare to reveal it and only killed the star demon, he would probably obtain more. After a day of traveling, Jiang Chongkong still hadn't caught up to him. The Taiji Sutra was only 1,000 points away from reaching Deshang. After looking at the color of the sky and the Ian Marshall compass, Jiang Chongkong decided not to rest for the night. With the Yuanwu compass sensing in advance, with his strength, he could advance and kill in the dark. Jiang Chongkong chose to focus on hunting the star demon in the dark, with traveling as a secondary task. There were even more star demon in the night. Not long after, the 4 needles of the Yuanwu compass started to tremble. There were star demon all around. One of them was even in the middle stage of the nebula. Overjoyed, Jiang Chongkong charged forward with his saber in hand. 3 traceless strikes with astral powers converged silently. Even in the dark night, there was not the slightest radiance of star power or the sound of wind. He had easily killed a star demon without making a single sound. He extracted his essence, qi, and soul and went to find the next star demon. Transforming into the grim reaper of the night, reaping the life of the star demon, the Taiji Sutra continued to strengthen. He continued killing until midnight before he stopped. His essence, energy, and spirit had increased by several hundred points. The next day, he continued his journey to hunt the star demon. At noon, Jiang Chongkong hunted enough star demon and successfully upgraded the Taiji Sutra to Deshang. Sitting with his legs crossed, astral powers surged and the Taiji Sutra was activated. The Taiji Sutra came out of his body. Wisps of blade qi flew out of the Taiji Sutra and dissipated in the air. He was forcing out the blade qi. The Taiji Sutra was already Deshang. This time bomb could be dealt with. As wisps of blade qi left his body, Jiang Changkong's body became lighter. The injury on his right shoulder also healed faster. Time flew by. In the blink of an eye, half an hour had passed. When the last wisp of blade qi was expelled, all the astral powers surged and increased a bit. Jiang Changkong was a bit surprised. It was a pleasant surprise. Even his 3 martial arts had increased a bit. But it was useless. It was worse than a star demon at the peak of the astral powers. Jiang Changkong. Late stage nebula low rank mid-grade martial arts. Bronze skin iron bone art. Deshang 2/16,000 Taiji Sutra. Deshang 2/16,000 Traceless 3 strikes. Initial success 2 out of 4,000 essence, energy and spirit, 12-inch 16,000. Jiang Changkong was a bit upset. No matter how much he killed, he could only kill 2,000 a day. It would take 8 days to perfect a martial art. 2 would take 16 days. The Traceless 3 strikes was only at initial success, which would take 10 days. That would be 1 month. How long would it take to reach the Star Ocean? Next, I'll focus on improving the Traceless 3 strike. Jiang Changkong's face darkened. Chen Sanyan, a super genius, had proven the power of the Traceless 3 strikes. He now attached great importance to this martial art. Besides, it was time for him to have a trump card. In the eyes of others, his fist art and defense were unparalleled, and he was a fierce man in close combat. But who knew that his blade art was even stronger? Also, he could use his blade art to deal with things next. In the remaining time, he would improve as much as he could. For now, his fist art and defense were enough. After making up his mind, Jiang Changkong chased after them again. With the blade qi gone, his strength had recovered. Although his injuries hadn't completely healed, it wouldn't affect him anymore. With the increase in speed, killing the star demon was also faster. Along the way, he occasionally encountered a few mid-nebula star demon, but he chose to keep the star stones. Ji Xiling treated him well. If she needed mid-nebula star stones, he would get her a few more. He didn't lack these star stones. In the future, when he entered the school, he might need her to take care of him. For the sake of brotherhood. After chasing with all his might, Jiang Changkong finally found traces of them in the evening. Taking advantage of the night, he spent another hour and finally found Zhang Hua and the others. After taking a bite of the star demon's meat, Jiang Changkong turned around and left. He wouldn't be in a hurry at night, so he could kill without restraint. The Yuanwu compass sensed that the Traceless 3 strikes had increased his essence, energy and spirit. An hour later, he was far away from Zhang Hua and the others. The Yuanwu compass sensed again, and a pointer jumped violently. Early nebula, peak star qi, late nebula. Jiang Changkong looked at the compass with a hint of surprise. Did he encounter the star demon squad? Without the peak nebula, they were just noobs. Holding the knife, he carefully pushed aside the weeds. Jiang Changkong quickly rushed over, but the next moment, he was dumbfounded. It was people, a dozen or so people, and he was very familiar with 4 of them. Zhang Xiaoyu and the other 3. Kuxiangs. At this moment, this group of people was calling for the alert in a low voice. Alert, a late nebula is approaching, everyone be careful. Prepare the armor, sword array compass. Prepare the star navigator, Jiang Changkong. Damn it, a bunch of rich and overbearing people. Jiang Changkong tactfully slipped away, staying away from this group of guys. Why is Kuxiang here too? Jiang Changkong had a puzzled look on his face. He shook his head and decided not to think about it. These guys had the Yuanwu compass, so he couldn't get close to eavesdrop. It was better to hunt the star demon. As for why they were here, it had nothing to do with him. Bypassing this group of people, Jiang Changkong went to other places to hunt the star demon. After killing until midnight, Jiang Changkong returned to Zhang Hua and the others. Zhang Hua and the others had already fallen asleep, so Jiang Changkong could only sit cross-legged and wait for dawn. When the first ray of sunlight shone on the ground, Jiang Chongkong opened his eyes on time and found that Zhang Hua and the others had woken up. Zhang Hua and the others carried their backpacks, scattered, and entered the weeds. Jiang Chongkong also saw Ji Xiling and Ing Yanxue. He was unhappy, but he still chose a direction and left. Following him was only an early-stage nebula student. This made him very puzzled. Zhang Hua actually trusted the two of them? An early-stage nebula was not enough for Ji Xiling and Ing Yanxue. Wasn't he afraid that they would escape? Chapter 38. Jiang Chongkong secretly followed them. Ji Xiling and the other two walked through the weeds for a quarter of an hour before stopping. Ing Yanxue said, "Let's do it here." Ji Xiling glanced at the young man beside her. "Big Yellow do it." The young man's face twitched. "Senior, my name is Huang Minji, not Big Yellow." As he spoke, he opened his backpack and took out a shiny ball. "Got it, Big Yellow." Ji Xiling pouted. Huang Minji muttered in dissatisfaction, "You're being bullied by Senior Zhang Hua. If you have the guts, go find him." "Why are you bullying me?" "Don't think I don't know that Zhang Hua asked you to follow us to keep an eye on us." Ji Xiling's face darkened. She kicked Huang Minji and made him tumble a few times. "Do you believe that I won't cripple you if you continue to talk nonsense?" Huang Minji's face turned red, but he did not dare to say another word. "All right, Xiling, don't make things difficult for him." Ing Yanxue said lightly, "It's not too late to settle this when we get back." "Zhang Hua, that bastard, he got lucky this time." Ji Xiling snorted coldly and said in a dissatisfied tone, "How dare he threaten me to help him hunt down the special star demon? This is not over. I'm the one who dragged you into this." Ing Yanxue sighed softly. Ji Xiling shook her head. "What are you talking about? I just looked down on Zhang Hua for using such despicable means. If it was a serious discussion, I would have helped him because he saved you. But he's too despicable." Ing Yanxue did not say anything, silently agreeing with her. As they spoke, Huang Minji picked up a pile of hay, lit it up, and placed the ball on top of it. As the ball was burned, it released golden smoke and a rich fragrance. "All right, senior sisters," Huang Minji said carefully, "let's hide." Ji Xiling and Ing Yanxue nodded and hid in the weeds with him. Jiang Chongkong hid in another direction, some distance away from them, but he could see the crystal ball. His heart was aching. Essence, Qi, and Spirit 1000. The distance was too far, so he could only see the essence, Qi, and Spirit. He was unable to extract it. That sphere actually contained 1,000 essence, Qi, and soul. If there was one in every planet, would there be one in the other directions as well? As it burned, his essence, energy, and soul rapidly dissipated along with the golden mist. He had the urge to rush out and snatch it. But after thinking about it, he decided to give up. He didn't have the confidence to fight against two top students. Although Ji Xiling and the others wouldn't do anything to him, there was still Huang Minji. He couldn't kill him, could he? Turning around and leaving, Jiang Chongkong headed in another direction. Since he couldn't do anything here, he could go somewhere else. Zhang Hua and the rest split into 5 directions. 2 of them didn't have the nebula peak. Before long, Jiang Chongkong found a ball that was burning. With the golden mist, it was easy to find. However, when he arrived, there were already some star demon there. The star demon was surrounding the ball and greedily sucking in the golden mist. Essence, Qi, and soul. 934 Those damned star demon. Jiang Chongkong glanced at the 4 people hiding in the weed. The strongest one was in the advanced stage of the nebula peak. He took out a ragged shirt from his backpack and covered his head with it. Then, he looked at the ball. The star demon's body wasn't small. As long as he was fast enough, he could take the ball, extract its essence, and leave quickly. As soon as he thought of this, Jiang Chongkong immediately charged towards the sphere. He used the star demon as a shield and grabbed the sphere. Roar! The star demon immediately panicked and surrounded Jiang Chongkong fiercely. Jiang Chongkong was already prepared. He swept the star demon away with his astral power and went into the weeds. In the weeds, the four could only vaguely see a humanoid figure in the group of star demon. One of them suddenly stood up and exclaimed, "A humanoid special star demon has appeared." As long as it was a humanoid star demon, it must be a special star demon. Of course, some beasts were also special star demon. Jiang Chongkong. A humanoid special star demon? Are you kidding me? Lower your voice. Inform the seniors immediately. We can't beat this special star demon. The three of them pulled the person who spoke and whispered. Jiang Chongkong took the ball, extracted its essence, and threw it away. The star demon instinctively chased after the ball and let him go for the time being. After extracting essence, qi, and spirit, he added them to the traceless 3 slashes. Jiang Chongkong went to find the next one. When he arrived, there was no one there. The ball was also gone. There were only some star demon running around. Slashing the star demon, Jiang Chongkong extracted essence, qi, and spirit and left. He had collected more than 1,000 essence, qi, and spirit. That ball should be attracting the star demon. Jiang Chongkong pondered. A humanoid special star demon? Could it be that the special star demon is nearby? Zhang Hua and the others couldn't be sure. They could only think of a way to lure it out. Were the people from Kuxiang also here for the special star demon? That group of rich and overbearing fellows definitely had balls too. Jiang Chongkong had no doubt that Kuxiang focused on equipment. In terms of martial arts, Kuxiang was definitely not as good as the martial arts school. However, these pieces of equipment would definitely attract the star demons. They would definitely be more powerful than the others. Thinking of this, Jiang Chongkong went to find Kuxiang again. 2 hours later, he saw the golden mist. It was even thicker. He chased after the golden mist. More than 10 star demon were surrounding a ball. Essence, qi, and spirit, 1,350. As expected, Kuxiang's was better. Using the same method, Jiang Chongkong obtained the ball. Once again, he was mistaken for the special star demon. This seems to be of great help to me? Jiang Chongkong moved slightly and went to other places. After discovering the special star demon, the other balls were retrieved. However, the star demon hadn't gone far. He could kill more. Next time, he didn't need to snatch the ball. It was not bad to kill in one place. When a place attracted more star demon, he would go to another place and take the ball. When they all rushed to find the special star demon, he could make his move. With this idea in mind, Jiang Chongkong rushed to the next location. On Kuxiang's side, there were only 4 locations. Each location had more than 10 star demon. 4 locations meant 50 to 60 of them. Even if it was a peak star qi demon, 50 to 60 of them would have 200 to 300 essence, qi, and spirit. This was still before they had the time to lure the star demon. Next time, he could wait a little longer. Jiang Chongkong went around and killed all the star demon. He extracted their essence, qi, and spirit. Then, he used the essence martial compass to continue hunting the star demon. At noon, Jiang Chongkong's traceless 3 sabers leveled up. Deshang. After putting away the saber hilt, Jiang Chongkong pondered how to contact Ji Xiling. If he wanted to contact Ji Xiling, he had to avoid Huang Minji. However, he couldn't make a move. Otherwise, if he alerted Zhang Hua, he would attract trouble. If he could, should he work together to kill Zhang Hua? This thought flashed past his mind in an instant. If he killed Zhang Hua, it meant that he would kill the others as well. Right mark. He could make a mark for them and let them follow the mark. Jiang Chongkong returned to Zhang Hua and the others. They were feeling depressed. They actually let the special star demon escape. Hence, he looked at them while carving a mark on a stone. What are you guys doing? You won't stop the special star demon if it appears? Zhang Hua said angrily. Senior, we can't stop it either, the 4 of them said, feeling wronged. The special star demon. Based on what they knew, it was a peak star qi demon. The strongest among them was only at the late stage Star Chi demon. What could they use to stop it? Iron heads? Zhang Hua also knew that he said the wrong thing. However, his expression was still cold. As a top student, he wouldn't apologize to a bad student. In the afternoon, I'll go there and change directions. Zhang Hua snorted coldly and said, the star demon appeared in one direction. It won't run too far. This time we'll take it down. All of you? Ji Xiling said indifferently. Zhang Hua said indifferently, you guys continue to go where you came from. I'll go with Chao Yi. Based on my understanding, the special star demon has a small team under it. It shouldn't be acting alone. This time we'll observe first. If we can take it down, we'll inform you guys. If we can't, we'll follow them and find its nest. Chao Yi, another top student,